Start my intro when it's live. Alright. Come one, come all. Welcome to the shitposting community's hottest new wrestling podcast. I am your host, Mainman, aka Andy Trill, aka Hank Trill, aka Andy Lean. I am joined by my co-host, Cameron.
Hello.
Or what do you want to go by? Because I know you also have many names.
Badass Undertaker Mark.
Badass, baby. And then we also have Resident E-Drone, Jacob.
Wasachubby is my alter ego, so we will call me Wasachubby or Chubes.
Alright. So, just trying something new for the page. Probably gonna go to various different media outlets with this, but we're all big fans of wrestling here, so something I've been wanting to do for a while and figure I'll try it out is a wrestling podcast. And so what we're going to be doing tonight is just talking about wrestling since the new year. So first show we'll go over is Wrestle Kingdom. Not gonna lie, I was kind of lacking with New Japan. Next time we do this, I want to be a little bit better with New Japan. I think we all kind of fucked up with New Japan, especially me, since I'm supposed to be like the residential New Japan mark. But went over some Wrestle Kingdom notes. I watched it fucking forever ago, so went back and brushed up. We're gonna skip like the tag matches and shit, cause like I love New Japan, but those 8-man tag matches they have to start the card are such filler matches, and they're entertaining, yeah, but they like offer little to do. So first match I'll go over, kind of just brush up on it, was Finn Juice versus God. Do you remember watching that one at all, Jacob or
Yeah,
Chubbs?
that one stuck out to me. Juice Robinson is a name that I'm familiar with. I don't watch New Japan, but Juice Robinson, yeah, he's a great talent. I think he's got great matches. That was a match I was definitely invested in. I'm remembering back because Wrestle Kingdom was, almost 2 months ago?
Yeah, about 3. I guess 2 months. Yeah, I'm bad at math.
Because I just remember him and his tag partner, which was Finley's son, right?
Yeah, David Finley. He's
Yeah.
great. I love David
Those two
Finley.
stuck out for me. Those two make me kind of want to get into New Japan. I don't remember the other people very much, but I do remember the match being interesting, especially to somebody first getting into New Japan. I did like that match.
Yeah, so as like a newer to New Japan fan, you would say that was a pretty good like in way to get into it.
Yeah, I've seen stuff on Facebook and Instagram, just slight clips, and I did indeed watch Omega versus Jericho from 2 years ago.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom 12.
I've dabbled in New Japan, and
That was a great match. But
that was a great match. Made me buy the Alpha Club shirt.
See, for me though, as like a New Japan watcher, like it was good. It was a good match, but it didn't really stick out that much to me. I like both tag teams. I like Gorilla of Destiny, but just average in-ring work. It was a solid match. No, really nothing at fault, and it was nice having Finn Juice win because I think that they're certainly a great tag team in New Japan. Do you have anything to add on to either Finn Juice or God, Cameron?
Yeah, which one is the one that gets worked by Enzo Mori? Or sorry,
Oh, fucking Tamatonga. I want to say, I remember both of them, and I remember both of their faces, but I can't remember their names right now.
Wait, I remember.
It's Tamatonga and Tongaloa or some shit.
I think
That's
Tangaloa was
Tamatonga.
Camacho in WWE, right? One of them was Tangaloa was Camacho in WWE, I think.
I didn't watch during that. I just know that, yeah. See, that's my issue with Tamatonga, though, is like, he's like cringe to me on social media, like super cringe. But then I watch his like New Japan shit, and I'm like, oh, okay, this character works in the ring. Like it works within kayfabe. It's just like his social media presence is kind of like corny in my opinion. I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
turns me off with
essentially,
both of them.
he's like, when it comes to Twitter, he's basically the Seth Rollins of New Japan.
Yep, I was just gonna think that. I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's like the wrong version of Seth Rollins, or like
Yeah.
what Seth Rollins.
it's like when Rollins was getting hella worked by Osprey on Twitter.
That
It's
was
just
fucking awesome. That was funny. Even as a Rollins fan, I laughed at that. That was fucking hilarious.
that's what Tama is, but with Enzo Amore, who is not
Enzo
someone you
Bates.
should fucking get worked by though.
That was great. I'm glad he fucking worked that bitch into a shoot, and it was all fake because I don't like to see anybody go through that shit. But that's not what the podcast is about. I just love Enzo Amore.
He wrestled in Saudi Arabia the other day. I think it was against Davey Boy Smith Jr. And I haven't
Saudi?
watched it yet, but yeah, because like there's like a super indie show in Saudi Arabia that I guess the indies are now taking blood money, so that's cool, I guess.
Weird, but interesting.
Yeah,
Wonder if Impact or any of them will go.
Impact's been in Saudi Arabia before.
This
but
is
that-
awesome.
Shut the fuck up,
AEW is a
bitch.
bunch of soy boys, so they'll never go to Saudi.
So then next we have Archer versus Moxley, and that one I heard great things about it, and when I finally watched it, that was such a good match. Moxley, as Cameron knows, I hated Dean Ambrose. I still hate
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose. Dean
I'm a
Ambrose,
little different about that Dean Ambrose character.
Dean Ambrose as a character is cringe. But-
Wacky man, hell yeah! Like get the fuck out of here with your hot dog carts and fucking.
It's
No,
just corny.
It's corny Vince booking. It's fucking. What does Vince think this is? Fucking. I don't know. This isn't the 80s. This isn't the 90s.
Vince is
Stop
too
booking
senile
Vince
for
Wacky
comedy
character.
now. What do you?
Exactly.
Did
That
you-
R-Truth comedy was golden. R-Truth and Brock Lesnar working together needs to happen way more often because that's just pure comedy right there.
But what was your opinion on Ambrose in WWE? You liked him, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah.
I actually I'll talk about
I
that.
loved his Shield work, and I loved his early solo work.
But he just got his character got shit by the end of it. Especially his
Yeah.
like his and remember when he had that hill run where he was like a wacky but now evil hill. But and then it
Yeah.
fell flat because then they used like the cancer angle. And I would say
that one of the-
I
was
would
at the
say,
Raw where he got the butt shot.
that's so cringe, dude.
I was there, dude, but not to interrupt you. Sorry, I just wanted to say that I was there.
Yeah, no. I would say
It's funny
though
to see.
that his New Japan character has kind of been that but done right with his whole Death Rider shit. Ever since like I hated Moxley, but then he went to New Japan and that first match he had with Juice Robinson, that hardcore match was Kino. It got me invested in him right away cuz especially then his run in the G1 cuz Ambrose was breaking out wrestling moves that he like would never do in the WWE.
Yeah, I even heard about that. He was wearing the
Trunks.
right?
I miss
The-
those trunks. He had the
Yeah,
pants.
it was like
I actually have
pure
notes on
wrestler.
that. He was back to the pants for Wrestle Kingdom, and I missed the trunks. It was like when Okada switched from pants to trunks. Which you watched last year's Wrestle Kingdom, didn't you, Cameron? And with the whole mark
and
out
how everyone
moment.
marked out.
With yeah, I marked out too when the trunks were back. But anyways, so Moxley he has been amazing in New Japan, and Lance Archer, kind of who was he with? He was with Davey Boy Smith, right, in the Killer Elite Squad a
Correct.
long time ago. Didn't really care for him that
No.
much.
He was a jobber in WWE.
He was a jobber in New Japan too. I mean, he kind of had his moments in the Killer Elite Squad, but then so something I think it's because they were in Texas and as his home state, New Japan decided to like kind of build him up in the New Japan Cup, and then the G1 last year in Dallas they made him beat Osprey, and that's when they turned him into a star. And ever since then, he's been like super good.
Even I've heard about him as a casual fan.
Yeah, and so this match, I was looking forward to it, and it certainly delivered. They were both like fluid, like super fluid with each other. They had some great work. There's a couple like botches they had, but both were like good enough where like they would recover. Like I know a lot of like the greener wrestlers in WWE. Like I'm not talking about in general, but like people like fucking
Oh, I remember when Braun was green in 2016.
Some like jobbers, like when they botch, they go back, they retry the spot, and then it just looks worse. Like a lot of like the lower level women's and lower level men do that shit, but not like they did a good job saving it. And God, there's a spot where Archer hit his blackout finisher into the stack of chairs on Moxley.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
Insane.
And
awesome spot.
When he brought out the fucking infant killer EVD, he brought out the plastic bag with the everybody dies claw. Do you remember that spot?
I'm not sure. I was really tired and high when I watched that. So
oh man, it was great because his EBD claw is just like a regular, mandible claw, but he brought out a plastic bag to cover Moxley's face with it, and it was so corny and campy, but just hilarious enough it worked. Then he kind of like thought like, damn, a plastic bag's actually could suffocate the fuck out of someone.
Yeah, WWE would never do that shit.
Yeah. Super great spot. And like something I noticed too, that I actually really liked, it's such a small detail from the commentators, but when they were bringing out the tables and chairs from under the ring, the commentators actually provided a kayfabe reason for tables and chairs being under the ring. And I like that because like in WWE there's none of that. Like you will have a garbage can and like a stack of 6 tables and shit for no reason. There's no...
Even in the Ruthless Aggression era, I've been watching like old Ruthless Aggression, SmackDown and Raw, and they'll just like the hardcore title was kind of shitty. They would just come out, Raven would just come out with a fucking shopping cart full of weapons for no reason.
Yeah, but so what New Japan said, and it makes sense, is the tables that they put people through, and you guys know about the infamous Japanese tables that never fucking break, right?
Yep.
Those tables are the same tables the commentators have and the chairs they have. So their kayfabe reason for having all those tables and chairs under the ring were in case something happened to the commentators' table, so they'd have backups and stuff. And I don't know. That's just such a small detail, but it was nice to have an explanation for that in kayfabe. So then after that, Archer's getting out the tables, and he's about to do a blackout through the tables, and Moxley reverses it into a Death Rider through the tables, and that spot was so good. That's
the one where he did it off the apron?
Yeah, he did it off the apron through the 2 tables, and that ended the match. And in my opinion, New Japan's kind of iffy with hardcore matches. They don't do a lot of them.
They don't do it that often. Yeah, I was gonna say they don't.
So like it's really new to them. So sometimes they kind of like botch, like the ref will botch and stuff. Like he'll start counting out, even though like, hey, it's no disqualification. I would say that this is probably the best hardcore match in New Japan. And I know Omega versus Jericho is a really good hardcore match, and then Moxley versus Robinson was an excellent hardcore match, but this one was just so like in 15 minutes, just hard hitting, excellent match in my opinion.
I thought Moxley versus Omega was a little overrated, to be honest. I think it went a little bit too long.
See, I haven't watched that one yet, not gonna lie. I'm an AEW mark, but I haven't gone to watch the pay-per-views. So the next match was Ospreay versus Takahashi. See, I love these guys. I love Ospreay and I love Takahashi. Like I
think I might have seen Ospreay versus Ricochet because they've had
those were spot fest. But
I like that shit. I don't know. Wait, is it Tanahashi or Takahashi? I get
Takahashi. Tanahashi's the Boomer Hashi.
Takahashi's cool with the red streak in his hair, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Time Bomb. See, this match is a spot fest, so like if you hate that, like then it's not gonna be that great of a match. But if you like the style of match, like both of these men are some of the best junior weights in the world. Like
all best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, when Takahashi was gone from his injury, I missed that little guy like you couldn't believe.
I remember that injury. I was seeing it in my Facebook groups.
What's your opinion on Ospreay and Takahashi, Cameron?
I used to hate Ospreay, and I always loved Takahashi.
He's hard to hate. I miss Daryl though. He kind of got rid of Daryl, and I miss Daryl.
But this is what won me over with Will Ospreay. Just watch him versus Zack Saber's newest match for the
British
Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
That match.
That's
Guys,
him
imagine
finally.
if Zack Saber would have signed with the E after the fucking Cruiserweight Classic.
Cringe. He would have been ruined.
He would have been baby.
He would have been ruined so hard. But so the match, it's just these two men though work super well with each other, super spot after spot, but they do it so smooth and transition so smooth. And absolute highlight of the match is that suicide dive where Ospreay goes to the back, or he dives out of the ring, and then Takahashi catches him into a suplex. Ospreay backflips, lands on his feet, runs into the ring, and then hits it. That was such a great sequence in my opinion. That was like such a spot, yeah, but like, oh, it was so smooth. Like Takahashi caught him, suplexed him, Ospreay landed, ran back from the ramp, ran back in the ring and hit it again. Such an amazing spot. The ending sequence when Ospreay kicks out of the time bomb and then Takahashi tries it again with his new finisher. Loved it. Loved the ending of the match. I think Takahashi... I love the time bomb as a finisher. I've always have. His new finisher looks great, though. And these are... Overall, I love this this match. I thought it was great. I thought it was a perfect example of what the junior heavyweight wrestling can be. And I'm just happy to see my boy with the belt again. So... Overall, I liked it. Maybe a E-drone like you isn't on a high enough wavelength to enjoy New Japan, but
Maybe I'm not ready.
E-drones can cope harder. The next match was Naito versus White. Jay, in my opinion, is a great heel because I remember me and you didn't watch it together, but we were watching at the same time. Wrestle Kingdom 12. Cameron, do you remember when Jay White debuted with his match with Boomer Hashi, and how fucking boring it was? Shit was so boring because I know you hated Jay White after that. Do you still hate Jay White?
No, I mean, but I think I recall. Didn't we say that was like legit the worst match on the card? Was
Easy.
Because Jay White was just very fucking green in that match.
Combo of I think that was the wrong debut match to give Jay White. That was one of the worst debut matches of all time.
Yeah, and then Tanahashi was injured also.
He was injured, like shoot injured. His knee was really bad, and he needed surgery on it. Super boring. But Jay has, I think, New Year's Dash. The very next night when he had a match where he was really wrestling someone, I fell in love with him. No homo. But just such a great worker and is such a great heel. I've loved Jay White. And Naito, of course. Naito was one of the first Japanese wrestlers I actually started to become a mark for in New Japan. Love Naito. Always have. Been a huge fan of Naito. These two put on a great match, in my opinion. They worked well with each other. They've had great matches already, but they worked well with each other. I can't remember. It was either mid match or kind of the end of the match. Naito took a super nasty apron bump, though. It was wicked. He landed on his neck. He got thrown to the outside and landed on his neck on the apron and bounced off, and that was just gross spot, but like it looked brutal. And I really like the ring psychology in this match, with Naito hurting his knee kind of early on and Jay continuously working that knee. Naito does great selling. He really is good at selling like those persistent injuries. They both have an amazing suplex too. That's just I'm a sucker for snap suplexes of any kind, like snap nair suplexes, dragon suplexes. Jay White has a great sleeper suplex. Just both of them great workers. The whole end sequence of the match was super great with the whole Blade Runner reversals into Destino reversals. Naito finally hits Destino. Jay kicks out, super big near fall, super close near fall. Naito picks him up, tries to go for Destino. Jay reverses, of course, again, back into a Blade Runner that gets reversed into Destino. Classic New Japan finisher reversals. Finally hits it, gets the 3. Naito's an Intercontinental Champion. It was great. I love that match. What was your opinion on it?
Me or Cameron?
Anyone who watched it.
I thought it was a little long. Like another match that I don't remember that well from.
Yeah.
He won the belt over.
Super. Yeah. New Japan. I like long matches. Although it depends, because if a match is shit and long, it's bad. But if a match is good and long, like, I like those long matches. I like the whole Iron Man matches.
Gargano versus Cole matches were overrated and too long.
I'll debate against that.
They're great matches, but the false finishes, I think WWE uses false finishes a little too much.
You hate New Japan then. See, I don't know. I like false finishes. Like, I do get that they are kind of a little played out now. But that just happens in, like, anything where something new happens. At first, it's just crazy. Eventually, people are like, man, this shit's good. So then they copy it and do it way too much. And it's just something that happens. But, like, I don't know. A false finish, I'm a mark for false finishes. I don't care. False finishes get me invested. And I do really like them for that. And,
I'm a zoomer. I love me some ruthless aggression. No false finishes. Pure Brock versus Kurt Angle.
That'd be like Boomer. False finishes are for zoomers. Fucking Boomer. But
I was gonna say though, I think the right person won that match, but I don't think the right person won night 2. And we'll leave my comments for the main event.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So the next match. Favorite, full disclaimer now, that this next match is my favorite, hands down, of either night, and that is Okada versus Ibushi. And I love Okada, and I love Ibushi. Both of these men.
Ibushi, when I saw him at the Cruiserweight Classic in WWE, that was such a base tournament.
He was great in that, but I don't know. Ibushi is just always a great worker. Always just goes out there and kills himself for a match to put on a great match. I love this. I absolutely love the, like, atmosphere of this match. Like, it felt like a main event. Yeah, like just the starting of it, the opening sequence. These guys are stars. Yeah. They gave it their all too. For, I think the match was like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. They absolutely gave it their all, and just, it told a great story in the match. Like, they had great reversals, they had, amazing spots. Ospreay looked like a strong world champion, and Ibushi looked like a hungry up-and-comer. And, I mean, it's hard to call Ibushi an up-and-comer, but in the main event scene, he still is an up-and-comer, and he looked hungry for that world title. I thought it was great, and I love Okada's corkscrew tombstone so much. I love when he hits it, and he hit it quite a bit throughout the match. And then Ibushi has like a package tombstone where he goes for the tombstone, but then he like bends their legs and holds it, kind of like a package pile driver, but a tombstone. Looks super, super devastating. Both of their movesets are top notch. And what's that?
Did ban the package for Kevin XP a little bit?
Say that again?
I don't know. Is my connection shit?
Can
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Did WWE ban
the pile drivers of all sorts have been banned kind of since the Owen Austin incident when Austin broke his neck.
Alright, anyways, we were talking 9.
Your connection's going out. Your connection's going out.
What now? Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have 2 phones and I was on my Wi-Fi, both of them, so I do have...
Fucking eating up the bandwidth, brother.
Yep. Anyways, the match of Ibushi versus 39 minutes.
Yeah. See,
Great.
And God, I think
Very
about
tired, but I was still into it.
I think about 25 minutes in, and you because you didn't watch this match, did you, Cameron?
No.
You need to go back. You for real need to go back and watch it because you like both Okada and Ibushi, right?
I like one a lot more than the other, and I refuse to watch the match.
Oh, which one do you dislike?
I don't dislike either. I just favor one a lot more, and I'm a mark.
Who's
So I
that?
got Okada.
Oh, you like you're a Ibushi mark. That's fine. I love Ibushi. I love Ibushi, but we'll talk about that later in a little bit. So, you know, about midway through this match, Ibushi, and it's probably the best fucking thing I've seen in wrestling in a while. Ibushi, he's, you know, usually this like happy-go-lucky fighting spirit face, you know, this like underdog who's this crazy small guy who can do crazy shit. Halfway through the match, Ibushi like snapped. Like his emotions went blank. He started doing like these like weird ticks and shit, and like obviously it's like a work, but like just he sells it so well where it looks like something in him just fucking snapped. And he's this mid-match, he has his breakdown where he starts hitting Okada stiff as fuck, like just raining like closed fist punches on him, and Red Shoes is like stepping in. Ibushi's throwing him off and just hitting him, and just for the rest of this match, man, Ibushi looks ice cold and he looks so determined, and I thought that was like such great storytelling, and the commentators were selling it so well that this is not the Ibushi fans love. Like Ibushi started getting booed, but he was doing these like heelish tactics just because something in him snapped, and it was so great. And there's a point too, just this match had such amazing spots, like his Rainmaker, Okada went for a Rainmaker, Ibushi countered it into his own Rainmaker. That was super great. They were trying to go for a turnbuckle spot on the top rope, and Okada pushed him down and was about to jump at him with, you know, the whole double axe handle. And Ibushi caught him mid-air and reversed it into a sit-out powerbomb. One of the coolest mid-air spot reversals I've seen. That it looks so clean. And final sequence of the match made them both strong. I mean, Ibushi ate like 5 Rainmakers. Like, he was so determined to win. And Ibushi's like... So, of course, Okada won. Okada gets the win. And I think Ibushi is a star. There's no doubt about it. But this match made him, for sure, a future world champion. He looks so strong after this match. And as much as I like Ibushi, I think this... as much as I would have loved him winning, I think this was the right call, simply for one reason. That if he would have won this, he would have just lost to Naito the next night. So any momentum he had would have been, you know, kind of useless. And I definitely think this was Naito's pay-per-view. Naito deserved this. After the last couple Wrestle Kingdoms, Naito really earned this. And on to night 2, we had Sonata versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a absolute technical masterpiece. And what's your guys' opinion on like technical wrestling? Like wrestling.
I love technical wrestling.
Because I know some people hate it, but like, I don't know. What? Yeah, keep going.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, technical wrestling is, you know, that's more realistic of how, you know,
like a actual
real wrestling is.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's cool when they do that, especially like joint manipulation shit and like that is way more cringy than like a lot of wrestling moves. And so I appreciate
cringy meaning like pain-inducing cringe, right?
Yes. Not like, oh, this is a bad spot.
Not like fucking, not like Wacky Man Dean Ambrose cringe.
No, more like, you know, like the whole like
like Pete Dunne's
shit
finger
that Marty Scurll does. Yeah, Marty Scurll or Pete Dunne. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. See, I'm a big fan of technical wrestling, and this match was like great. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is, as hands down right now, the best technical wrestler in the world. There's nobody who does technical wrestling better than Zack Sabre Jr. I think maybe Zack Sabre Jr. could easily be one of the best technical wrestlers of all time.
They're gonna say more than Daniel Bryan.
Daniel's good, but just Zack's matches, he makes them look like real wrestling, while also making them look like pro wrestling, and it's just beautiful to me. There's so many like submission spots and just trade-offs and like mat wrestling in this. It was such a good match for that. Like, if you hate technical wrestling, this match is gonna be boring as shit to you. But if you like it, it's a great match. Like, I think this is probably one of the best technical matches I've seen in the last couple years. I think like Dunn versus Bate and NXT Chicago or Takeover Chicago. If you guys remember that one, super great technical match too. And for me, this is up there with that one. I really enjoyed this match. Super good.
Was that in 2018?
I think so. That was for the NXT UK Championship.
Yeah, that was match of the year in 2018, in my opinion.
Yeah, and
They
like
might have had a match on NXT TV too. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure.
yeah, it was just, I don't know. It was super great. And the ending was actually kind of cool in my opinion because for those who haven't seen it, it was just none of them hit their finisher, no submission. It was just they were mat wrestling, and Zack Sabre Jr. got Sonata just in the right position and got a pin. And it wasn't like a cheeky heel cheating roll up or some crazy thing. It looked like a kind of like a shoot wrestling match end where just a pin happened. They were fighting, a pin happened. That's the match. And I know some people would absolutely hate that, but I just thought it was like a perfect ending to that technical of a match. And I'm skipping quite a bit of matches on night 2. The gist of night 2 is
It was kind of long.
that, but
You're also forgetting Liger's retirement match.
I didn't watch that one. Not gonna lie, I skipped it.
Oh, okay.
No, I did watch it, but I watched it when I was watching Wrestle Kingdom as a whole. I didn't go back and rewatch it, and which I probably should have. I really probably should have, but just I don't know.
Speaking of Liger, will he go on the Hall of Fame? WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the bar is so low that yes, he wrestled one time in WWE. He will go. I mean, fucking, there's Coco Beware is in the Hall of
I never even
Fame.
heard of him until the Hall of Fame, and like this is a joke. We can talk about that on another episode or tomorrow or something. But yeah, I do not like the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but so night 2, pretty much to sum up night 2 for the most part for the matches I missed is,
Wait, forgot Jericho versus.
No, I'm going to go. I'm just saying for like the matches I missed, rubber matches that where both people wrestled last night, so they're kind of like tired and working injury spots from last night. Not bad wrestling by any means, just for the sake of time constraints. I'm going over night 2 a little fast. Next match I'm gonna go over is White versus Ibushi, which was just not gonna go talk about a whole lot. It was a solid match between the two. Love both of their work. Some entertaining spots with Guido being a cheeky cunt, and I hated the ending. I did not like the ending. I wish Ibushi would have won it because what happened was at the end of it, super nasty chair shot from ref was down, ref bump. Jay White threw a chair in Ibushi's face, super nasty chair shot, very loud, and then he got hit with brass knuckles from Guido, and so dirty win. Ibushi ate the pin. I don't know. I just feel like it didn't make him look weak, of course, because it wasn't a clean win. I just really think that they are definitely going to build up Ibushi. He should have won this, but I understand that Jay White is kind of their top heel, so he needed to win in some way. So kind of like a shitty situation for the booking, but I guess those I don't know. They did the best they could have, I guess, to make both men not look shit after I just wish Ibushi would have won it. Next match, Tanahashi versus Jericho. What did you think?
Great match.
See?
Jericho fan.
I
cared about the most. It was most invested in.
I agree. I mean, these two, they're very good for boomers. They're both pretty old, but I've been a Jericho fan forever, and yeah, they do still got it. Now that Tanahashi kind of rehabbed his knee, he's been a great worker again. He had that match with Omega last year at Wrestle Kingdom that was super good. Super good match, and I don't think Jericho looks as bad as people say. He obviously doesn't look as in good of shape. He doesn't look as, like, he's not in as good a shape as he was in the WWE. There's no debating that.
He's not going to be the fucking lion tamer at age 49. 50.
But I will say this, Jericho looked like such a gross piece of shit next to Tanahashi. Because Tanahashi is like a fucking Greek god, like, ripped still for his age. And he does the spot where he's like flexing to make fun of Tanahashi, and I love Jericho. Yeah, I love Jericho, but he looks so disgusting there. Like, oh man, it was super bad. But in-ring work, they both looked fine. They both worked super well with each other. Not surprising, as we were saying, they're veterans who still can go. Solid match. I think Jericho's Lion Tamer looks like complete shit now. He's kind of like lazy with it.
I don't think he does.
He does Walls of Jericho, yeah, but it's Lion Tamer in New Japan just from the callback. Walls of Jericho still, but it's like a lazy Boston Crab now, and I don't know. It's just not the same Walls of Jericho. He doesn't do Ohio as an arc anymore. He doesn't put as much effort into it. It looks kind of like a lazy Boston Crab. But
Boomer Hoshi should have, because then it would have bridged the gap for AEW.
Yeah, but he was never gonna win. That was just a Jericho being a shitter, a little cheeky, throwing that out there. But
Jericho the Boomer goth shitter.
But at least Jericho's Lion Tamer to win the match looked really good. It looked like a classic Lion Tamer, and I appreciated that. Because I've been watching AEW lately, and his Walls of Jericho there looks shit, so... Then, the final match of the night. Okada versus Naito.
The longest match, and the match I didn't pay the most attention.
Really? Oh, man. I love this match.
It wasn't bad. I was just really tired and drawn out.
Yeah. See, I feel that. The last house show I went to, I wish I would have invested a little bit more time, but I just got off work and was like super tired, so I didn't get to pay that much attention. That's a shame. But this match, it felt important to me. Going into it, the build-up, the video packages, them talking about it, it sounds corny, but it felt like history was being made with the whole finally the two belts, both being defended, both being up for grabs. Great, yeah, great storytelling. These two have already had great matches with each other. Their Wrestle Kingdom 12 match was absolutely great. Do you remember their Wrestle Kingdom 12 match, Cameron?
I do.
What was your opinion on that, since you didn't watch this one?
I need to remember the full match card, but I think I told you it was my favorite match.
That was the
night
with it was Omega and Jericho before it. It was the two main events.
Okay, so this is when Okada was still the champion.
Yep, and Okada won. He did not let that Naito win. So that match was super important for this setup because Naito's been world champ before. He has not beaten Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, however. So a lot of backstory going into it. New Japan likes to do that. And there's a lot to live up to this match with their previous matches, all the surrounding. And in my opinion, they delivered. They certainly delivered. And we'll say this, though. I didn't like it as much as I liked Ibushi and Okada. Honestly, I just thought Ibushi versus Okada was a little bit more entertaining. But this match was still phenomenal. Yeah.
I feel like Okada Ibushi
But this was a great match. Naito is so over with the Japanese crowd.
Oh yeah.
He's super over, man. Like, this was the right decision for sure, and this is why Ibushi losing the previous night I wasn't too sad about, because it was Naito's night. This was Naito. There's nobody else should have went away with the two belts besides Naito. It was the obvious choice. He needed, his retribution for all the previous Wrestle Kingdoms and all the history behind that. And so Naito just was so over, so much so that Okada was getting booed. And I've never heard Okada get booed in New Japan. Like, that was kind of crazy to me that Okada was getting booed because how over Naito was. These people wanted Naito to win so badly. And the final sequence was a classic New Japan sequence of near falls and finisher counters. But like I was saying earlier, I'm a mark for it. It gets me on the edge of my seat. And when Naito finally got it, it felt like a real feel-good moment. And I was really happy with that. So, me being a New Japan mark, that was Wrestle Kingdom 14. Great, my opinion, great pay-per-view to kick off the year 2020 of wrestling, which so far has been pretty big, actually, with some of the stuff we'll touch on later. What was your opinion on Wrestle Kingdom overall? Personally, I thought it was a great show.
Great show. As a person that doesn't watch New Japan, it was a good show to get into, and it's just stop being lazy and watch too much New Japan.
What was your opinion on them doing it in 2 nights? So it wasn't just like an 8-hour pay-per-view. It was 2 nights of 3 hours and 4 hours.
I'm not sure.
See, I liked it, and I think WWE needs to do that so bad for WrestleMania. So bad.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to ever go to a WrestleMania, because I don't think I could have.
Sitting 8 hours watching wrestling, yeah. The WWE needs to do that. It's fucking hard to do even at home sometimes to get through WrestleMania.
Yeah, 35 was too much.
Yeah,
32
I think WWE needs to take some notes and do just 2 nights of WrestleMania. Doesn't matter anymore because they don't like to number them, so it's not like you'd have to be like WrestleMania 35 Part 2. Like, they're still numbered, of course, but Vince, it makes him feel old, so he doesn't number them. But I think WWE, just saying, should look at putting WrestleMania into 2 nights. I think it worked well for New Japan. Kind of was iffy on the idea at first when I first heard it, but actually watching it, I enjoyed it. And
I mean, like, Ring of Honor has been doing that for fucking years, and I think New Japan has been doing it for other shows besides Wrestle Kingdom. So
most of New Japan shows are multiple days, if not, like, yeah. So,
well, you didn't talk about the very ending,
which was
Kenta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Did they follow up with that?
They did, and we'll talk about that later. So, new beginning in Osaka. Just gonna briefly go over it. Jay White versus Sonata, solid match, definitely worth watching. Dragon Lee versus Takahashi, Takahashi's first title defense. Little background: Dragon Lee was the person who broke Takahashi's neck with a fucking brutal. It's still disgusting to go back and see. It's just gross. Takahashi was looking for his revenge. Ryu Lee is what he's called in New Japan now, but Dragon Lee wanted that belt. Felt like a grudge match. Was a good payoff for Takahashi finally getting his revenge on Lee. Both are world-class workers. Crazy spots throughout the match. This match, I highly recommend watching it. I really do. The opening match was brutal. It was multiple minutes, like, I don't know the exact time. I'm willing to say 5 minutes of trading chops. They sat in the middle of the ring and traded chops. Their chest was, like, so disgustingly welted up and, like, bruised and red at the end of it. Because I'm talking, like, solid, stiff chops just back and forth for, like, 5 minutes. And it was, like, it was crazy to watch. Like, at some point, like, about halfway through, I was like, okay, this is getting old. But then, like, they just started they kind of hulked up a little bit and were hitting each other super hard again. And it's like, Jesus, man, like I have never seen a more brutal chop spot, and I love chop spots. I love in New Japan when they trade blows and do the whole trading chops. This was probably, and I know someone out there would be like, well, in the fucking 1990s in All Japan there was a better one. From what I've seen, this was the best chop trading sequence ever. Super brutal. The next match was Moxley versus Suzuki. This match went exactly how you'd expect a match between these two to go. They're fucking crazy. The match was fucking amazing. It was super hard hitting, super brutal. Like I've said earlier, love Moxley in New Japan. I love Murder Grandpa. I fucking love him. They were great. Little bit of, because this was before Revolution, so a little bit of detail I enjoyed was Moxley came in with his eye patch, so I thought that was kind of cool, since he was selling it for AEW still. The next match was Kenta versus Naito. Kenta got his match with Naito. Kenta was angry. He felt like he wasn't being appreciated in New Japan. That's pretty much his storyline so far. It feels great. It feels real. It feels like, he has real frustration that's kind of being worked up into a work, but it definitely is a good character for him. Kenta is an amazing worker. If you haven't watched his non-WWE stuff, go watch it. Even in the WWE, he was good, though. It's just plagued by injuries.
I think he could have been booked better.
Yeah, but that's not on him. The matches he had in the WWE, he was a great worker. What do you guys think of Kenta?
Oh, are you talking about Kenta, or when he was what the fuck was his name in WWE?
Doesn't matter. Well, we're ignoring that. What do you think of Kenta? WWE or not?
I've not seen a single match of his ever in New Japan. But the matches, I swear to God, every match I watched of his is when he got injured, so it was never I never got to watch a full match of his. That was
you need to. Kenta's a great worker. I love Kenta. He was the one who made the go to sleep that Punk took from him. Not really took, but Punk started using it too. Super hard hitting guy. So his run in New Japan so far has been great. In the G1 when he started out, his heel turn was absolutely great when he turned on Shibata. Really made him a bastard to turn on someone like Shibata. So that was great heel heat. The beginning of the match, I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hated the beginning of this match. I thought the beginning of this match was shit. And I'll tell you why. Because Kenta was doing the classic heel move of match starts, he goes out of the ring. And New Japan has 20 seconds instead of 10. It dragged on. Ref got to the 18 count. Kenta goes in the ring, rolls back out. I don't know how long this lasted. It's way too long. There's one point where Kenta was so ridiculous with doing it that it kind of got funny, but then he still kept going, and it's like, okay, just start the damn match. This went on for too long. I hate that. That is one of my least favorite things in wrestling, is the whole for one count is fine. One 10 count, avoiding that is fine. When you do multiple 10 counts, I hate that shit. What's your guys' opinion on that?
I don't watch New Japan, so I don't have a comment on that one.
It happens in other shit too, though. I know we'll touch on it later, but MJF did it with Cody in the Revolution match.
Oh, I didn't see that match.
Oh, naughty boy. But I don't know. I hate that. What's your opinion, Cameron? Do you know the spot I'm talking about, right? He'll just avoids wrestling for way too damn long in the beginning of a match.
I think it's fine depending on the character, if they're supposed to be... I don't like, let's say, for example, Kevin Owens, right, when he does it, when he's a heel, because he's supposed to be a powerhouse heel.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the prize fighter.
Yeah, but it's when the chicken shit heels do it is fine. So like MJF or um yeah, yeah, we'll get into that later. But yeah, chicken shit heels fine, powerhouses or no.
See,
I
and that's
fucking
kind
hate
of where so it kind of works with Kenta's character because he was not doing it because he's a chicken shit or because he's a powerhouse. He was doing it to kind of egg on the crowd, be like, "Hey, I'm not gonna wrestle. You guys came to see me wrestle. I'm not gonna wrestle." That kind of played into it. Was kind of so he had his reasoning, but I don't care if it just went on too long. I don't care who does it. I don't like that spot. But then when this match got going though, it got going. These two had great chemistry with each other. They worked super well with each other. Just such a great match once it starts going. If you're gonna watch it, honestly, you can fast forward through the whole fucking schnoz on the outside. These men work well with each other. They have a match. About towards the end, everyone's faction comes in. So Bullet Club comes in, tries to jump, tries to help Kenta and jump Naito. And if you remember, at the end of Wrestle Kingdom, none of LIJ came out and helped Naito, and so there's kind of like a whole storyline rumor of like, is LIJ fine, blah blah blah. Then Bushi comes out, helps him, tries to spit mist in Jay White's face, and then Takahashi came out, so it really shows that yes, LIJ is still fine, they're still together. Was a pretty I don't really like the whole faction invasion spot, but this one was kind of necessary to show that LIJ was still united. So there's that. Naito is just surviving this hard-hitting match. He busted his face open in the end sequence. He kicked out of Kenta's finisher with just blood covering his face. He finally hit a Destino of his own to get it. So just a great start to his championship run, beating a legend that is Kenta with just blood covered. It was a good match. And so that's been New Japan. Kind of like I said earlier, was kind of lazy with New Japan because there's been a couple other shows that I skipped out on or need to get caught up on. Overall, thought New Japan was great. That takes us, however, to the Royal Rumble. Jacob, take it away.
Royal Rumble, probably the greatest overall Rumble pay-per-view of the decade. Yes, 2020 Royal Rumble was me.
What do you think? What do you think, Cameron?
Well, seeing how it was in 2020, I guess technically it is the best Royal Rumble since it's only one of the decade.
Oh, man, the last 10 years, sorry. Overall,
Alright, what do you think of that, Cameron?
I mean, I didn't start watching, I stopped watching wrestling from 2008 to 2012. Basically the pay-per-view before WrestleMania 29. So, I can agree with that, I guess. So, unless I'm missing something here.
I don't know. So
I'm a huge mark for that time. I think I'm younger than you guys. I'm 19 right now.
Yeah, I'm 21 and 23.
I started watching around 09 and I really started paying attention around maybe 26.
See, that's when I stopped watching. So that's actually good you're here.
On the ruthless aggression.
See.
But yeah, I've seen every time the Royal Rumble's coming around, I really watch all the pay-per-views, so I can I know. That's why I'm saying such a bold statement that the 2020 pay-per-view overall was the best.
Now we're talking about the Royal Rumble match itself, or
the match itself, or the pay-per-view.
I think the best Royal Rumble match of the past 10 years was the one that Shinsuke won, honestly. Because that one was not predictable.
No, that was great, and it had great returns, but I think 2020.
Alright, take us down the match card, because I didn't even watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna go on Wikipedia real quick. You guys hear me?
Well, I got it. I have notes if you want me to.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to talk about kickoff? Yes, no.
No, fuck kickoff. Or if there's important.
All I'm gonna say is that Sheamus match was pointless. It didn't diminish his character. Didn't diminish Shorty G. I think Shorty G is a stupid character.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I actually enjoyed the Sheamus match.
It was kind of a skipper roll butt match.
I like Shorty G, and I think his new... Because it's a shame, because right before he switched to that Shorty G shit, he was Chad Gable still, and he had that amazing match on 205 Live with Jack Gallagher. Fucking great match. It showed that he was about to be this like badass, like, you know, technical heel. Yeah, but then he got switched to Shorty G.
His promos are great. I just don't like the character.
And then after that was the match after Sheamus.
So after Sheamus, it was another kickoff match, but it was the WWE US Championship between Andrade and Humberto Carrillo, which was a great match. But usually when it comes to pre-show matches, there's like one great match and then one very average match, and I think this is one of the better kickoffs, honestly. But at the same time, you know, you're not gonna get the best match on the kickoff, except for like when the cruiserweight shit happened for a bit.
Yeah,
like,
when they would,
or the New Day, I think.
When they sent the cruiserweights to the pre-show, they said, "Get out of here, you shitters."
Yeah, just like they took them off Raw.
Yeah.
Midget shitters, get out of here.
And then, what was the opener of Royal Rumble 2020?
It was the
tag match? Was it a tag match? No.
There was no tag matches. It was the Falls Count Anywhere match between Roman Reigns and King Corbin.
Full disclaimer, I have not seen this match, but I've seen some of their other matches. I hate this feud. This feud is
both great
awful.
They deserve better.
It's so corny with the whole dog food shit, and like I hate this. And I did see this I saw the house show I went to recently. It's just a house show, yeah, but it was Reigns versus Corbin. And that shit sucked. I was so pissed that was the main event. Oh god, Reigns was super over with house shows in the casual audience.
When I went to SmackDown on middle December, it was like I don't think there was one person booing.
Yeah, no, I would say.
Was just in shock of how over he was.
I would say Reigns is finally over. I think Reigns is finally over. But
he's not forced down our throats. Promos are getting better.
But this feud, it needs to end. What was your opinion on the match itself? Because I didn't watch it, so.
Honestly, this match right here was probably the best match in their feud, except for I kind of hate the fucking ending when basically each one of their lackeys came. So the Usos for Roman and Dolph and Robert came in for Corbin. Then it started becoming shitty. So like ending's not that good, but like
False Count Anywhere matches are rarely that great anyway.
True.
Was this the one where they had the fucking what match of theirs did they have the porta potty spot?
This was the match.
Okay. I hated that. I saw that clip. I hated that. I hate this feud.
I was at least happy that they didn't have like Corbin come out and fake shit though. Like he just came out. I prefer him come out covered in nothing than him to have like blue shit and like fake poop on him. Because that would have pissed me the fuck off.
Why do they have a porta potty in the middle of a stadium too?
Because there's a dugout.
Do they not have bathroom facilities in a stadium, in a world class baseball stadium?
That's a great point.
That's stupid. All right. Would you recommend?
I like Usos and Robert Roode though.
Yeah. Would you guys recommend watching this match?
No.
The skipper.
All right. Next one we have
the Women's Royal Rumble.
And this one I didn't watch. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it. What? How was it? Was it good? Was it worth watching?
I'm a mark for return.
Yeah, and my biggest thing I popped for was Santina Morella coming back.
I screamed. I honestly screamed, and I couldn't believe. It literally felt like a fucking fever dream.
Dude, like everyone was, like all the casual fans were happy, and then all the smarks online were fucking pissed off. And I was like,
I thought the smarks would have been happy. I popped so hard.
no, everyone's like, this took a woman's spot, but honestly, like,
They don't even have like
It is.
30 women in the WWE roster.
Yeah.
Like they have to fill it
Fucking
somehow.
Zack Ryder's girlfriend got a spot. Like, what?
But would you guys say like the Rumble match itself was good?
I always
heard,
love the women's matches.
I heard that this was the best women's Rumble thus far.
yeah, I would say
Bianca
so.
Belair looks really great. Oh, Charlotte,
then-
I popped for Charlotte winning. I wanted either Alexa or Charlotte, but I don't think Charlotte deserved all the hate. I was glad.
Here's my thing: is like, I think in a sense the right person won,
Yeah.
but I think due to which I'll cover this shit later with NXT, I think Charlotte winning was kind of pointless because now the person that was supposed to win, which honestly should have been Shayna Baszler, should have won the Rumble, is now they have a pointless women's elimination match, whatever, that we'll talk about later, which she's gonna fucking win. No one else is gonna win that match.
Yeah,
So
Elimination Chamber shouldn't have happened. I don't think it should be a pay-per-view.
that's gonna be probably the worst Elimination Chamber pay-per-view ever.
Yeah, I went to Elimination Chamber 2012 with Santino. Almost amazing to see live.
Was the next match the?
It was.
Next match, Cameron?
Let's get this out of the way real quick. I think the worst spot you can have on a card is a match after the Rumble. That is like a
Okay.
death match.
Exactly.
That's a
It's hard-
death
it's
spot.
hard to do show.
And it was
Same
the
with the
worst
ladder
match on the
match.
card. The next match was the worst match in my opinion, which
Which
was
is
the
the-
SmackDown Women's Championship with Bayley and Lacey Evans.
I don't even remember that match.
I saw
there
that at
you
the
go.
house show. They redid it at the house show I went to, and it was like
I
entertaining.
like both of the characters. I like
I Lacey as a face, cause
Yeah, I like that depression promo. Not to sound all sad, soy boy, but I like that depression promo on SmackDown a few weeks ago.
I didn't see
definitely
that.
really like your character.
What?
See, here's the thing: is when Bayley turned heel, I liked the idea because her whole point of turning heel was so people would take her seriously. But now she keeps winning in chicken shit ways. So how does someone take that serious?
I just like
it's
Bailey
kinda
because she
stupid.
has a big butt. She's thick.
I do like Bailey. I like all the.
I want to sniff Bailey's farts so bad.
But anyway, I'm just gonna say, don't watch this match.
Don't watch another skipper.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a skipper.
What was the next match?
Yeah.
that was probably my favorite match on the card, which was the strap match between
Oh,
the Fiend,
my meme,
Bray Wyatt, and Daniel Bryan.
my boomer mom was into that.
See,
Like, she watched SmackDown when I was with my friends. Like, she was like, I watched SmackDown when you were gone, and then I was like, you gotta come watch the match to follow up. And she was really into it. For a boomer casual mark, she was really into it. I thought it was a great match. Kind of sad at the end of their. Would have liked to see a heel Daniel Bryan, but oh well.
Yeah, because remember, Bray Wyatt went from having this great match with Daniel Bryan to jobbing out to
oh
Goldberg.
God, we'll cover
No, I
that.
don't
We'll,
think he's jobbing out. I think he's getting that win over Cena.
we'll cover that later. But see, I didn't watch this match too. I didn't watch much of the Rumble. I only watched the men's match. But
It was a pretty solid pay per view.
I
Shitters made up for the matches. The good match.
just the I hate stipulations like strap matches. I think they're corny. But I heard from everyone that it was good.
Done well, when I'm correct, people are saying there was like a Sheamus Big Show strap match, but as the PG era, I do not recall that. I have to look it up. But the only strap match I can remember in the last decade was fucking JTG.
JBL had a couple strap
No,
matches,
oh, yeah.
didn't he?
He
In
did.
like 2004. Did he have one with Eddie?
Probably, or Cena? Did he have? I don't know if he had one with Cena. 'Cause I know they had
Someone.
a fucking amazing.
I'm gonna do research.
Okay.
But
what match were we on?
the Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. So
Great match. Great match.
Wyatt retained. Heard it was a great match.
You should watch that.
Couldn't add in, but yeah, because I need to, because I loved their TLC match. Was it Survivor Series?
It was TLC. No, sorry, it was Survivor Series.
Yeah, because that was the Miz versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I saw them in the table.
I liked their Survivor Series match. The house show I went to, it was just last month, so a lot of these were like a lot of those matches were either like rubber matches from the Rumble or matches to kind of set up Super Showdown. They had a really good match actually on the house show. For being just a house show match, these two actually like had a great match. I love these two.
Is amazing live.
It is.
I think it's a fucking spectacle.
It is. Even in a house show, they go all out for it. It is so good.
Yeah, he was in the dark match when I went to SmackDown. It was this versus Fiend and Tables dark match.
Ooh, that would have been good.
Title was great. The title around his neck, little red lighting.
I hate the goddamn Fiend title though.
I do too.
That shit is so ugly. That is one thing I'm not sad to see
go.
go.
A fucking legend. Looks whack.
Who is it designed by?
Look it up, Cameron. Because you're on the computer. I'm in my room.
I'm pretty sure it's just someone that was known for doing like famous like makeup and cosmetics for like horror films. Like,
yeah.
Big name, dude.
Okay.
Like
well,
the belt was like $7,000.
It looks like shit, and he should.
Yeah, it's not worth. It's worth like $7.
I wouldn't fucking. You couldn't pay me $7,000 to take that shit. That shit's ugly.
Like, it's not even. I think it's kind of stupid. Amount on each one being have like the same imprint or something.
But regardless, it was you know, his look at himself and his gimmick's great. But the next match is the Raw Women's Championship, which I did not watch. I fell asleep. I fell asleep during this match.
Who was that? Becky versus Asuka?
Yeah.
Yes, I fell asleep during the match, and I missed the men's match, but I went back and watched the men's match like an hour or two later. But this match made me fall asleep.
Becky, she's hit or miss me. Some weeks I like her, some weeks I don't. What were you gonna say? You go first.
I've felt that way ever since the man gimmick after the Rumble win. After her Rumble, because I popped hard for the Rumble win. I was super excited for Becky to win. I loved Becky back then.
Great Rumble matches.
Yeah, I loved Becky back then. And immediately after they started to push her, and her push was no longer organic from the fans liking her, and Vince was in control of it, she became shit. She became a shitter. A shitter was that.
I have a hot take. Wrestling was too good. Like, too many good things happened.
On what?
It happened. He won, Becky won, Seth won.
I hate Seth though. Seth is a shitter.
No, okay, I'll shoot on that later. But I'm just gonna say this: Becky is the one person that shouldn't have won at WrestleMania.
Ooh, I kind of did. We knew Ronda was.
Yeah, Ronda was out, and I don't know.
And Charlotte winning wouldn't have made sense.
As much as I think Becky was a shitter by WrestleMania, I was still kind of happy to see her win. It's just she went further down. I don't know. She became very hit or miss after that, and she was red hot from like what was it, SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
No. I think she started getting super old when she was faced by Nia Jax.
Yeah, which was the build-up to Survivor Series. That was an iconic image. That still is, like her, like on the stairs with her bloodied face and shit. That shit made me like Becky.
Yeah, but Asuka versus Becky was kind of their match on Raw a couple weeks ago was way better.
I hate when that happens because there's a situation like that with Cena and Michaels where they had a decent WrestleMania match, but the Raw after match was. But then they had a match the next night, and it was super good. So your guys' rating is a literally falling asleep. So
exactly.
It's weird because like the WWE's women division is.
I think
just title matches are just boring.
I think hands down the best women's division in wrestling is WWE. I But these title matches fall flat so often.
NXT's woman division's the best one.
I just meant like
Really? It's pretty good. Yeah, it's getting better.
I just meant like WWE in general. Nobody has like better.
It's time for the big bang, the men's Royal Rumble.
And
The men's Royal
this one I watched.
2020.
This one I watched. What was your guys' opinion overall?
I was a little.
Like,
wait, sorry, you go first.
I'm like a mixed Brock fan. Like, I love him, but like I hate him when he down shit. It was a great start to the Rumble, and I thought it was interesting. I thought a couple guys it made John.
You're lagging right now, by the way, a little bit.
All right.
But
it made John Morrison look like a shitter.
It did. To fucking debut again and then be fed to Brock. They should have gave.
The Ricochet nut shot was weird, but great in retrospect. Like, it was cool, but like it was just kind of unexpected for a super baby face to hit him with the nut shot.
I just hope you know that nut shot from Ricochet was basically the burial of Ricochet, but we'll talk about that later.
I'm curious.
Brock is a target for a lot of
Brock
nut
is
shots. A lot of
Brock
nut
is
shots.
bait.
He gets hit in the balls a lot. He must be into some cock and ball torture or some shit to just let them just fucking
No,
wail on
I know
his
you're
balls.
Well,
I know you
okay.
fucked around, but that's just like kayfabe.
Remember so like 2 years now in a row they've had angles with nut shots. So
Oh,
in
the
2018 AJ and Shinsuke,
no.
and then 2019 was Seth and Brock. So what are they gonna do this fucking year?
I hated the nut shot between AJ and Shinsuke. That shit was. That was.
They did that in like 4 fucking matches.
They even did it in their Mania match. Their
sucked.
fucking
But
Mania
it was
match.
at least
Turned heel,
in Mania
that
was the
turned heel.
most forgiving because that's when Shinsuke turned heel and it was after the match. But then they used it during their other 3 matches and promos, and it was god awful.
I hated that. But anyways, so this Rumble, you could really say, a lot of people have said it.
My favorite Rumble.
It was 2 Rumbles. Definitely 2 Rumbles. It was Brock dominating,
Yep.
which I actually liked. I actually liked it. I
I
thought
was really high. Like, no, I don't want Brock to fucking lose. Make it the shortest Rumble ever. 'Cause I'm a mark for as long as I was like,
yeah.
but then when Drew came in, it picked the fuck up.
Yeah. So
That beginning spot with the cereal there. I
what
thought they were gonna take him out.
yeah, what was your opinion on the Brock match? The Brock's part of the Rumble, Cameron. We'll talk about the Rumble in 2 parts.
Yeah,
I think it was almost perfect. I just wish the scenario changed a little bit. I think instead of Ricochet helping out eliminating him, I think Kofi should have done it just to give him a little revenge. Because after Kofi lost
he got
the
buried.
title, really no one gives a fuck or even remembers his title reign. At least the company doesn't acknowledge it, except for they'll say once in a while, the former WWE champion, but they don't talk about shit like that. Like, they don't make it seem like
Same with
he's
Jinder.
good. Oh
Same with
man,
Jinder.
Jinder's the best wrestler in the world.
I
No,
love Jinder.
shut up.
I love Jinder, but we'll get to
Jinder
that
should have
another-
won the Royal Rumble.
I thought he was coming back, honestly. I thought he was.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine the
Yeah,
upset if Jinder Mahal would have won the 2020 Rumble.
Alright, look up the list of entrants, Cameron, because I've got that.
Okay.
So
Past, like, after Brock got eliminated.
the entrant, I'll just go over who Brock eliminated. Brock eliminated Elias, Eric Rowan, Robert Roode, eliminated John Morrison in 9 seconds.
Made him look,
Just-
made him look like a shit.
Just yeah, he went from Johnny Impact just all to being Johnny Shitter.
No, he's tag team champion now. It's okay.
No, he's still a shitter. The tag team championship in WWE is like a fucking jobber title.
Here you go. It's like, here you go. Here's something.
And then
That's how I feel.
Kofi Kingston lasted 5 minutes, but was eventually eliminated by Brock. Rey Mysterio came in, eliminated by Brock. Big E for 53 seconds survived
That was
before he
great.
was eliminated by Brock.
That should have been in longer. That was a great spot. Great.
I agree. And then Cesaro 18 seconds. Shelton Benjamin, I like that. I like that Shelton Benjamin spot. That was a good spot.
I wish they would have took out like one person again. Just make Brock a little bit of a baby face.
Yeah, but still great. Cool. Shinsuke, 20 seconds. MVP returned.
I popped even though it got leaked.
I didn't see. It didn't get leaked for me. That one I actually didn't even know about until I watched it. So that was kind of.
I didn't believe the Edge one. Before we get into the Edge return, I didn't think he was coming back at all. I didn't read any of the rumors. I would like get like notifications on YouTube.
See, here's my thing. Was I did not get spoiled of MVP, but I got spoiled of the Edge thing like a month before the Royal Rumble happened.
Really? How? What happened? What happened?
Just someone leaked it, and then everyone's like, "No, this ain't gonna happen."
See,
that's how I was going about.
Mine was I found out the night of because you messaged me. I was at work, so I didn't get to watch it. There's no way I was gonna be able to watch it live without it getting spoiled. But it was still like, we'll talk about it later.
If you want to know what happened, I asked if you want to know what happened, and you said sure.
I got on Facebook though and saw it instantly.
Oh yeah. I never go on social media.
But then next was Keith Lee. And this was my favorite. This was my favorite Brock moment when Brock was still dominating. Was the Haas fight? Was the Haas fight?
Who is that motherfucker? That wasn't me. That was a great Brock moment. Even though it was very, very slight detail, that was just fucking great when Brock did.
Yeah. What was your opinion? Because you like Keith Lee. Well, both of you like Keith Lee, don't you guys?
Love Keith Lee, and I have a take about him.
So
I think he has a weird face and a weird theme song, but
he has one of the best theme songs in WWE right now.
I just don't like the basking night. I just don't really. I don't know. I don't know.
What? I mean, I've just been a big fan of his since Ring of Honor, but what were you gonna say?
I've heard of him.
What was your opinion on the Keith Lee spot with Brock then? Did you mark?
I did mark. Except
marked.
for I knew he was gonna be in the Rumble because during backstage CM Punk's like, yeah, I want Keith Lee to win the Rumble. So I was like, oh,
Phil Brooks, you shitter, you did it again.
See, it was all great too, those two, and then Braun Strowman had to come out.
Oh, Braun Strowman!
I hate Braun. I hate Braun, but I pop for that.
I hate Braun. I love Braun at first.
As a heel.
No, I love Braun as a face. I loved Braun at first, but now I just hate Braun. I can't stand him. They made him boring. He's a shitter. A pure shitter, dude. The fucking state of him. And then next was Ricochet with the PP shot.
Yep.
And then Drew McIntyre. And
then Ricochet PP shot it in, and then Drew hit the clean.
Yeah, and I will say this right now. Before this, I hated Drew McIntyre. As a person, I've always liked him. If you watch shoot interviews of him, just seems like the nicest guy ever.
Yeah,
just
definitely like just such a calm demeanor. He's just so
such a nice guy, and I've always I liked his indie work when he went away from the WWE and shit. I liked him in all the the British feds.
Yeah, no, he was great in fucking Impact. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a pop.
Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't really like him in WWE. Next is The Miz, and I like The Miz. I'm a big Miz mark, so I was sad. I was sad that he only lasted 30 seconds.
He got eliminated so quickly. Oh, it was only 30 seconds.
30 seconds is how long The Miz lasted. The Miz...
His recent heel turn is weird.
The state of The Miz, though, dude.
Heel Miz is great, but his the way they did it was weird. John Moore, and I just thought that was weird.
I'm just gonna remind y'all that Miz was great, and then Shane McMahon kind of ruined his stock within the company.
Yep.
It's just how far has The Miz fallen? Because yes, I know it was used as a plot device to set up Cena versus Rock, but he's went from main eventing WrestleMania, being a world champ, to being eliminated in 30 seconds.
Do you guys remember? Were you guys watching when he became world WWE champion?
I was not. When I was
10 or 11, and I had the full hawk. I was.
Were you a big Miz mark?
And I still am.
I like The Miz because I remember I watched Miz debut. That was when I was still watching Weekly. Was when Miz debuted as the chicken shit reality TV star.
And
So
he fucked up the diva search and all that, and he couldn't pronounce.
yeah. So the next is AJ Styles.
Who got eliminated prematurely by Edge on accident.
Yeah. Oh, did he? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was a botch. Go watch. Go watch when he gets eliminated. You can tell it was a fuck up.
That's not the only thing that's botched about Edge.
But he lasted for 750. Pretty decent.
I don't think he needed to be in the Rumble, but
Yeah.
great performer.
AJ's a star, so honestly, I think AJ's one of those guys who has such star power from outside of the WWE that the WWE can't really fuck him up. He's just a great.
It was just a mark, WWE mark, and I just didn't really know much about it.
I watched. So I was heavy into Impact during the height of AJ Styles, when he was X Division, and shit.
X Division. Oh, that I've seen that match with him versus
Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe.
Ooh, that's a 5-0.
Yeah. And then so next was Ziggler. Old Zigglypuff.
I love Ziggy's.
We zig marks in here.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
We're all zig marks.
Yeah, we're all part of the Zigzag crew. I love
Ziggler.
Ziggler.
For 10 years.
I like
Except
Ziggler.
I've watched him forever.
I liked Ziggler when I didn't even watch WWE. When I would just occasionally watch it when I stopped watching it, I like Ziggler since then. I love Ziggler.
He's been except
You realize that probably at WrestleMania though, Ziggler doesn't get buried by Otis. Just so you know.
Yeah, but I don't consider Otis.
Who the fuck is Otis?
Otis from Heavy Machinery.
Oh God, man.
It's a cringy feud that we'll talk about later.
Oh.
I don't pay. But I wish that would have went better. They should have.
Your mic's cutting out right now, kind of.
I know. I'm watching it. I don't like romance. The romance angle instead of a jealousy type view.
Yeah, I still hate
No,
it.
that angle was fucking stupid.
It's-
With Otis and Mandy Rose, it's cringe.
It's fucking dumb. And it started because Otis was like a real life kind of creeper. Yeah, to her actual
Wait,
Insta.
really?
Kind of.
I thought that
Yeah,
was
no,
part
he's
of the
been
thing.
he's been creeping on Mandy for
Fucking years on Insta. He's
Oh,
a
really?
fucking
I thought that was more of his case.
no. It was kind of not. But yeah, Ziggler comes in. Ziggler lasted a while, but he got 0 eliminations. Next was Carl Anderson.
He always does it.
He was kind of
Yeah.
filler.
Was he announced?
See, this is why it was okay. So this is why people know it's botched. Because why would AJ Styles get eliminated before Luke Gallows even fucking came out?
Yeah.
Wait, all three of them were announced for the Rumble, or you mean that?
All 3 of them were in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, when was Gallows in?
He was only in for 2 minutes because by the time AJ was out, so he got eliminated after 2 minutes by Edge.
I think. Wait, are you guys? You guys talking about Anderson, not Gallows?
No, we're talking about both. So Anderson came in and then Gallows came in later. Anderson
Yeah.
came in and lasted about almost 10 minutes.
Yeah. Reminder: AJ Styles lasted longer than Carl Anderson did in the Rumble.
Other way, Anderson lasted longer than Styles, but yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why I meant Styles.
But then next, at 21, the absolute, and I would say the absolute biggest return
I
of
cried.
wrestling history.
I'm gonna Hardy Boys, but that got ruined for me.
See, the Hardy Boys was a surprise for me, but yeah, no, dude,
Yeah.
I got emotional. I did get emotional
I cried.
watching Edge just because, like,
I might.
I don't know,
kinda-
man. It was just such a
Like, I
magical
couldn't
moment.
I didn't think it was one of the first wrestlers I ever met. And like I remember watching him tired, and I was little Mark still love.
But here's my thing: is I honestly love Edge's new look, like kind of his facial hair.
He looks
and
like
how
his
toned he
Vikings
is.
character.
Yeah, he looks
He
fucking
good.
sick
He
right
looks
now.
fucking good. I think
Can't wait for the figure.
I think Edge is honestly probably in the best shape of his career. I don't think he's been this
And
shredded.
that's why I'm.
And then
Definitely.
your mic's still cutting out.
I don't know.
It's good at some points, but some points it's not. But then next,
I'm using my wireless.
what was your opinion on Edge? How'd you mark out?
Me?
Yeah.
I cried.
Like I said, I thought it was cool, but I already got spoiled of it months before, so.
I don't believe it, man. You just don't gotta believe us. I don't believe.
Yeah, don't believe the dirt sheets, brother.
But, I mean, it was right.
No, don't believe the dirt sheets, brother.
Anyway, can you go on to the next wrestler who was
King
the best one in the Rumble?
Corbin.
Yes.
That was such. Oh, my riddle was next.
No, it was King Corbin. And then, dude bro, King himself, Matt Riddle.
Wasted.
41 seconds. 41 seconds.
Waste.
It's because he was supposed to get a bigger spot, but he was a shitter and got in an altercation with Brock.
No, that was base. No, that was base.
You don't
Yeah,
get...
Matt Riddle's fucking based. I
But
don't care
come
what
on.
you say.
You don't get in an altercation, and especially with Vince controlling shit. You don't get an altercation with like the biggest star and not expect to get buried.
Here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. Himself seriously in Brock hates himself. And that just doesn't click. He shouldn't be fucking with the people.
Yeah.
Old Mark Berg.
Yeah. He pisses off boomers, and I think that's pretty based.
That point, okay, he jogs out because I'm the smartest. What was that? Yeah, now 23, like 3 Jordan 3.
You cut out so bad there just now, NGL.
Oh my! Why is it shitting me?
I don't know, because it was good earlier, but...
Anyway, can we go on to the next one?
Luke
What's
Gallows.
this? The MVP. No, I'm not doing this.
What were you going to say?
I would say the MVP of the Rumble, Luke Gallows. Remember, he was Festus before.
What did he even do in the Rumble?
Nothing. It's just a
Don't
joke.
remember Gallo.
Randy Orton was next, and Orton lasted some time. Randy Orton bores me, so fucking whatever.
Really?
Randy is so boring in the ring, and that's why I can't watch him. He's good promos.
No, he's having the best heel work right now. Holy fuck.
Like Legend Killer. It's like
That's why I said though. He's good, great promos, amazing with promos and storylines. Just boring in the ring. Just
just depends
headlock
if he
after
tries.
headlock after headlock.
It depends if he tries, because remember, regardless of how you feel about Seth Rollins, probably my favorite match at WrestleMania 31 was between Randy Orton and Seth Rollins.
That's a sleeper match, bro. No.
Two boring shitters. Snooze.
Oh, shut up. You know Seth Rollins is
Shut
good,
up.
just his character's
Seth
always
Rollins is
shit.
great.
Yeah, Seth Rollins
I'm
is
not
good in the
sure how I
ring.
feel about this anti-G.
What?
What?
This heel, Messiah, whatever character.
What'd you say? This anti what?
Anti-Jesus. I just
Okay, dude,
Oh.
your mic cut out, and you just said I don't know how I feel about this anti-Jew. Holy shit!
No, I said anti-G. Anti-G.
Seth Rollins with the fucking oh god, I can't think of the
With
word.
the girlfriend.
Oh, with
Friend
the
that
anti
posted
with
that
the anti-Semitism meme.
Yeah, remember his girlfriend posted some weird shit on Instagram?
Dude, oh yeah, dead ass. That's wild.
Anyways,
But anyways, back to the Rumble.
so then Reigns came out and did some schnozzy shit. Owens
I don't
came
even
out.
remember that. Don't
And
remember that.
then-
A couple stunners.
Black came out, Samoa Joe came out,
Based.
and then Seth Rollins came out, which is really kind of what picked shit up because he came out with all of his lackeys and shit.
Listen, Seth Rollins was the worst part of the Rumble.
I agree. Seth Rollins is the worst part of WWE,
Alright,
so
question. Should Edge have been number 30? Would it
No.
have been more of a reaction?
no, because he needed that. Personally, I think it does not matter where Edge came out. Edge could have came out number 2. It would have still everyone still would have went fucking batshit. I think he came out at a perfect spot because it wasn't too soon, but it gave him 23 minutes to show that, hey, he could still work. Yeah, he could still work. He could still go 23 minutes.
I popped for that Rated RKO reunion.
Yeah.
Even though it was like, this feud, I'm loving this feud. It's probably the only reason I watched.
But, so eventually it gets to the last four. Who is the final four? It was,
That was Randy Orton, Edge, Roman Reigns, and...
Was Edge top 3, or did...
Yeah, he was top 3.
Okay.
Because remember, so first off, what happened was, basically they're gonna... Edge was, like, talking to Randy, like, let's team up and take out Drew and Roman. And Edge did the sneaky thing and fucking threw Randy out. So then it was the final 3. Roman and Edge were fighting on the outside, you know, like, outside of the ropes.
Yeah.
Like, they're both over the ropes, but still hanging on. And Roman eliminated Edge in such a fucking dumb way. Just, like, hitting his arm so he let go. It was in a cool spot.
He didn't spear him, yeah. It was like the spear.
I will say
So,
this.
like...
Unrelated. Fuck, I'm sorry, I'm coughing. Unrelated. At the house show I went to, Roman hit his Uwa spear, and I popped so hard. The whole crowd did. And it was just my
It's
favorite
so great
thing ever.
to see live.
Everybody. Uwa! Greatest shit ever. I just clipped my mic hella hard.
So, and then you had the final 2. And these were the 2 people rumored to win. Was Drew or Roman.
Number 3, I heard Black.
Okay, but back on my previous thing, I hated McIntyre until this Rumble. This Rumble made me a McIntyre fan. I like McIntyre.
You didn't like him with Dolph?
I didn't.
A year ago?
I didn't. I really didn't care for him that much.
I liked him.
I like him.
What were they called? Dogs of War, right? Like when it was him, Braun, and...
I don't even
like,
remember them having a name. I just remember it was originally Dolph.
I'm just thinking of that shitty fucking match now that was like... It was the Shield, which was, I think it was like... Rollins, Roman, and Kurt Angle versus those 3, Kane and someone else. It was like a 5-on-3 match. It was fucking terrible.
When Angle came out in the Shield, when the Angle came out in the Shield gear,
Yes. Yes.
he looked like a cosplayer who was just happy to be there.
Yes.
I love Kurt Angle. I can't believe I met him.
Oh, dude, I love Kurt. Kurt's always gonna. I've always been a Kurt mark. Since I was little. I love Kurt. But like,
he's like a fun. He's not a chicken.
He just got cursed because he was great in that match when it was him and Ronda versus Triple H and Stephanie.
it's because he had to stop. He had to stop taking perks. He had to stop taking perks, and it took away his power level.
Damn, I miss my dude Perk Angle.
Because if you remember that, like a couple months before his WWE run where he just became a cripple, he was putting on cage matches and shit with Cody Rhodes in the Indies where he was doing backflips and shit still.
Oh yeah, true. He was... His WCPW run was great.
Fucking
great.
great.
Rest in peace to that brand.
And he was off the perks, hella, I bet. They need to give Kurt back his perks so he can be powerful again.
I met him right before.
Do you say right before the perks?
The Hall of Fame.
Oh, so not he was off the perks. That's a shame.
I don't know. Or he made it.
But anyway, to end this pay-per-view, Drew fucked up Roman's shit, eliminated him.
Yep, and made me a McIntyre mark.
So
I seen McIntyre. McIntyre was an impromptu match with Seth Rollins at the house show I went to. A fucking great match actually for a house show. Like they really gave it their all. It was a solid match. Like you could tell they really gave it their all. Super good match for a house show match. Probably the best house. I've been to 3 house shows. This was probably like the best. This was probably the best house show match I've seen. Where it didn't feel like a house show match. It felt like a wrestling match. Like it felt like they were giving it their all. And a combo of this Rumble and his new face turn and that match made me a McIntyre fan. And
his promos are getting way better.
Yeah, and you said you hated face McIntyre, don't you, Cameron?
Yes, I hate him as a face.
See, I like him as a face, and that's just because I've watched so much shoot stuff with him, where this feels more genuine.
He does. Even in his promos, and the way he talks with the crowd, and just like everything, literally everything just seems better.
Yeah.
I don't like the 3-2-1 Claymore though. That's the only gripe I have with it. It's
Yeah, the
cheating.
timed, because you know that timed Claymore shit
Timed
is gonna
moves are
be
cringe.
yeah.
They got rid
That
of
timed
timed
Claymore thing is
spots,
just gonna
like,
be a whole
so-
spot at WrestleMania. It's like he's gonna count down and then counter for F5 and then he'll kick out the F5.
It's
You already
just-
know.
It's just dumb. There's no kayfabe reason for time
Any
moves to work.
storylines after the Rumble?
Yeah, this is all you guys. Storylines after the
Post
Rumble to go into Super Showdown.
Well,
I
yeah.
didn't-
So with going to Super Showdown and then we can talk. We'll add
We
everything
can
up.
skip through it. I'm gonna be honest.
But I want to talk about the best pay-per-view of the year.
So yeah, we'll talk about Super Showdown. Full disclaimer: I did not watch a single second of Super Showdown.
Did Cameron just say?
I watched. I skipped some matches, but I'll go over the ones that I watched.
All right.
I'll go through them. Let's see.
So the first match was the Viking Raiders versus the OC, which
Skipper.
honestly was all right. Nothing
great
really
workers.
noteworthy.
They're great workers. Just can't really put on a thing match. Yeah. That's how I feel.
What was the real match to kick off the pay-per-view?
No, there was no pre-show.
Oh,
Wait,
Yeah.
was that not pre-show? Oh,
Yeah,
it was pre-show.
the
Yeah.
OC like
Yeah, the gauntlet match. Let's talk
I
about
loved it.
that match.
I loved it.
oh, I'm looking at the result right now, and I can already tell you I hate it.
Yeah, the
Okay,
ending was
so
stupid. I thought the
so
ending was
our
dumb.
truth basically fucked up everyone, right? Or I did not watch this match honestly, but I know our truth beat Bobby, Eric Rowan, Andrade,
Based.
and then he got buried by AJ Styles.
Our
And then AJ
truth-
Styles got buried by the Undercarter. Oh my
I don't like
God.
Undertaker. So all three of us love Ziggler and hate Undertaker.
So R-Truth fucking buried Andrade and then got buried by Styles for Styles to get squashed
Well,
by the Carter.
I have a
Yes.
question about Andrade.
What's
What was he charged with for the wellness policy? Is it weed?
They don't announce what it was. They just say
That was cocaine out though.
could have
I
been
heard
like
Roman
fucking
got,
heroin.
when Roman got charged, I heard it was. I don't know. Anyways,
It was what?
Super Showdown. It was. I
Okay.
think Roman got charged with Adderall when he broke it.
Oh, that makes sense because Adderall is used as a PED quite a bit, or PID, whatever. PED, performance enhancing drug. So the
Oh.
Carter won the to wake trophy.
The hardened piss trophy. No disrespect to Saudi.
No, we can disrespect Saudi Arabia. They're a shitty country that does a lot of shitty things.
I just didn't want to say that in case any government sponsors.
Saudi Arabia, do
I'm
not
gonna be
take me
honest.
down.
The last Saudi show was probably Super Showdown. Though. I liked that one.
You
I thought
said
that was the
you liked the last Saudi show they did.
was it? Yeah, with the Fiend one. Yeah, that was the best.
Crown Jewel.
I'm gonna say all the Saudi shows fucking suck.
Yeah, they fucking.
I'm just
do,
gonna
they
say
do.
that.
They do, but if you had to pick one turd.
I'd pick none of them. I'd pick the one where
I-
what's his name tripped under the ring just for the meme content.
They Royal Rumble. That was a terrible match.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
tripped.
the crown. So the crown jewel or whatever when they hit the tournament for the best in the world would have honestly been good if they didn't replace the Miz with Shane McMahon to
which
win it.
started just a fucking lackluster feud.
That's when SmackDown became shitter.
Yeah.
That is what
Shit.
killed SmackDown. Legit. What the fuck?
Wow, what a surprise! A McMahon killing their own product. Who would have fucking guessed that shit? Man, those McMahons. Okay, but
Well,
then so
Next match is a match I think is underrated, which was the SmackDown Tag Team Titles match.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Miz and Morrison
That's
versus
on the
New
card.
Day. You think that was best match? I think the match afterwards was the best one, but we'll talk about that
Garza?
later.
Guys,
But the Miz and Morrison versus New Day match I would say Andrew, go and watch that match.
Yeah,
There's only
that was
3 matches. Okay, there's like 4 matches I would watch,
4 out of 10.
but
Really?
huh?
It's 4 out of 10 matches. You think it's that good of a pay-per-view?
Might as well watch Goldberg.
Okay, listen. So
Here, you
I'm
can
saying-
just tell me at the end of matches if I should watch them. So watch Miz
this
and
match is
Morrison.
great. There's a couple cool spots on here. Mainly just how over the Miz and Morrison are in Saudi Arabia.
Based.
They're more over than the New Day.
I feel like
What a bunch of
It's
smarks then, dude.
Yeah, no.
yeah, I
For
don't
real.
remember them getting booed. Even though my friend picked me up in the middle of the match to show me I didn't get to.
Anyway, and there's
Yeah.
one spot on here that is cringy, but it's great because I think it's a shoot work thing.
What spot?
So it was the one where Miz is outside the ring and like kind of Kofi Kingston jumps out and tries to do like a front flip like suicide dive or some shit. And then you know the whole meme that Miz doesn't catch anyone? Well, this time he just fucking moves out of the way and Kofi lands right on his fucking back. And it looked brutal. But it was a good spot, honestly. But the ending is a shitter ending.
How did it end?
Because who was it? Was it Miz? One of them just hit Miz in the chest with a chair while the ref was like distracted, and then rolled up 1, 2, 3.
Then so you do recommend watching it though.
Yeah.
Was
Very
the
action packed.
next
Yeah.
match?
The next match, which was in my opinion the best match, was Angel Garza versus Humberto Carrillo. I don't like something about Humberto. How he looks, I don't like how he looks. His face bothers me,
Yeah,
but
I
he's
like
a great
Angel Garza
wrestler.
more.
He has a
I
punchable
like
face.
Angel Garza.
He has a really punchable face, but Angel Garza is probably like top 5 or top 10 guy for me in WWE as a whole right now.
Okay, I gotta get this out of the way. As you guys know, I have been very wishy-washy watching the Fed.
The E.
The E.
E.
So I don't know who the fuck these guys are. The Royal Rumble was my first pay-per-view I watched in a while, and I don't know who either of these guys are. Where did they come from?
No.
Well, Humberto and Angel are cousins, and
I know Humberto. It was Humberto who got called to carry the feud, right? When Andrade was suspended, like Selena Vega was like.
Correct.
So where did Angel
he was
Garza?
like
Because
carrying
he was from NXT,
NXT.
right? So where did?
So-
Cool in NXT. I watched him for a little bit. I like.
so here's the story of Angel Garza.
Yeah, because that's the one.
Basically, he was he got over because Leo Rush was cruiserweight champion. Then Angel Garza won, and so he was a great cruiserweight champion for that tiny bit.
Yeah, they both.
But then Andrade got suspended, so then Angel Garza dropped the title to Jordan Devlin, who was a great wrestler, by the way.
Yeah, I
he's
like
just
Devlin. I like Devlin. He's like mini
he's a
Balor.
more
I don't know
raw.
about Devlin.
He's a more raw Finn Balor. So like, and then
Now that you say that, I watched Angel Garza with Leo Rush, because that was when Leo was kind of a face, right? Was Leo a face?
no, he has
Yeah.
been a face until after this week, technically.
But so he
I
was
guess.
a face as a cruiserweight champion, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Man,
I
that-
did watch some cruiserweight
was-
matches of face Leo with Angel Garza. So I have seen Angel Garza, I guess.
Yeah, but so this match is great. I mean, just like they're both cruiserweights, and cruiserweights don't really ever disappoint. So
Yeah,
Um,
that's
Yeah,
true.
not much to talk about. Great match.
next match was the Raw Tag Team match, which I
Wait, no,
didn't
I
get
didn't-
to watch.
Umberto and Angel. I think they should turn heel with Andrade. Turn on Rey Mysterio. Or no, Angel and Andrade should convince Humberto Mysterio in terms of, and they become a faction.
Yeah, but WWE hates factions. It's dumb. I love
Or what if they
factions.
join Seth Rollins? Would that be too?
That'd be too much, people. That's
yeah,
like that's
Seth
like
Rollins
New
already has a
Japan.
4-man faction.
That's like New
Like,
Japan
fuck.
level of stables, which works in other promotions, but not in the WWE. They
I don't
get
know. I just
buried.
thought that'd be cool. Andrade
I am a fan of big stables and big factions, so I don't think that's a bad idea. I think WWE should have more stables, but Vince actually hates stables. He's like
Why,
hates.
though?
No
I
one
don't
knows.
get it.
No one knows. He just hates stables. That's why the
Except
WWE
for
never has stables.
Imperium. Except for Imperium.
But that's
and
not
Undisputed.
him. That's not.
That's true.
Triple
That's
H.
true.
You look at Sanity. That was just a 4-man stable. They got to the main roster, split up, and then they split up further.
No, they didn't even
God.
get the main roster. I don't even consider them the main roster. That was
Well,
such
Nikki Cross was the Michaels of all 4, and everyone else was Jannetty.
It's because she's thicky, dude. Thicky Cross. I love her.
Mhm.
Okay, so next match though.
Yeah, Sandy ripped R.I.P. Sandy.
Next, it was the Raw Tag Team title match between the Street Profits versus Rollins and Murphy. Did not watch it.
Wasn't amazing. Wasn't horrible. Wasn't amazing. You don't have to go back and watch it, Andy. Kind of meaningless. Oh, because it got them the win on Raw.
Yeah.
So yeah, not sure. Not sure what it means for Rollins and Buddy, but
I hate that they took away his name. I will just say that.
Next is
Yeah, that is.
the R Guy match, which was
So what?
the R Guy match. So it was Dolph
Oh, yes,
Ziggler, who
Mansoor.
we mark, and Mansoor.
Mansoor. I love Mansoor. I just love him for some reason. Was he really in WSP or is that just a meme?
No, he was,
Our guy.
and he was very fucking over when he was doing. So he was at Portland, the takeover.
Yeah,
and
Sam Roberts on the pre-show. I actually watched.
yeah, I just remember.
Cheering
Yeah,
him.
it was so funny. Yeah, there's like every time Sam would talk, everyone boo. Every time
thought he was
Mansoor talked, big pop.
Face.
No,
My fucking disconnecting. It's pissing me off.
Oh, you sound really good right now, though, voice-wise.
yeah, you sound really good.
Fine, then I'll just not use my head.
Yeah, no, you
I
sound
just want to use this.
super clear, actually.
Alright,
Anyway,
And then
I was
so
gonna say basically this match is how every Mansoor match is
I
in
haven't
Saudi
seen
Arabia.
one. I haven't seen one.
Gets beat down, has huge comeback, wins the match, has an inspirational speech for his fellow Saudi Arabians.
Would you
Only-
say?
It is. That's just a meme.
No, that's serious.
They had like at WWE matches.
Would you say that he is the Saudi Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
His whole time in WWE, he has had more Saudi matches than NXT matches.
Yeah, I think he's only had 1 or 2 NXT.
Yeah, he's had like 2
Matches.
NXT matches and has had 3 or 4 Saudi Arabian matches.
Body shows and stuff.
So let's just get into the next match.
Next match.
Disappointing.
One of the 2 shitter matches,
Disappointing.
which was...
I wish Ricochet would have had
Ricochet.
more time. I like Ricochet.
Yeah.
Remember, we thought... You said you thought he would do good because you said Brock likes working with small guys.
A lot of people were surprised. I did. I thought it was gonna do good.
This was legit. So from here on out, and we'll talk about the SmackDown or Raws after this, but this is the beginning of end for Ricochet, and maybe it's because he's leaving. Maybe I don't know how his contract is, but it seems like Vince gave up on him after this match.
He should leave. He should leave and go to AEW.
I
Why
thought
did
they're using, huh?
Why did he wear the trunks? I don't like the trunks.
I
That might
love
be
the
a
trunk
bad sign.
design.
I like.
Oh, the trunk.
I think the tights just look.
No, I like the trunk design more.
Ricochet's always like switched between trunks and tights though his whole career.
You guys really think this is the end of Ricochet though? I don't.
Well,
I
I mean,
he's over. He's super over in
Yeah, the kids love him. Like,
with the whole superhero
probably sells a bunch
shit.
of-
well,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
but
he was over with until what happened on Raw. Okay.
Yeah, that was a
what-
little.
So what happened? We can just go over that now. What happened?
Yeah. Super Showdown was shit. Fiend won, etc.
Well, we'll go
Fiend
back.
won-
We'll go
Okay.
back. But
Wait, no. Let me just recap the rest of this, and then we'll do this.
Yeah, let's just
So-
wrap up Super Showdown.
So Roman Reigns versus King Orban. It's in Saudi Arabia. Did you expect anything else? Roman
No.
Reigns won.
Steel cage, boring. I didn't know.
And then we had
Steel
the
cage match
first
was-
ever women's title match in Saudi Arabia, which was Naomi versus Bailey, which I don't know. Okay, so Bailey won. I really don't know how that match happened. Oh, and then
the fucking state of this
Wait, no,
company,
You gotta talk about one thing about the women's match: the shirts, the T-shirts, the old because it can't show any sexual organs.
including skin, belly skin.
That I just think that I wish they could find another way to make a costume because I just think that makes them look.
Well, but then it would be skin tight, which is still sexual.
Oh, true.
Which I'm
And the-
amazing they get away with leggings with
The
Bailey's
final.
fucking thick butt. I don't know how that's not sexual. I'm surprised they
Okay.
don't make her wear a skirt over her leggings with all that
So-
fucking ass.
we all know
Yeah,
what
so
happened
all that
in the main event.
thick
Though.
fucking ass Bailey has.
Y'all are too horny right now.
I want Bailey to kill
I'm just
me.
saying Naomi's got that thunk dunk too.
They both do.
Oh my god.
How they were able to have a match in Saudi Arabia with that much ass, I will never know. Those Saudi men were probably so horny because I've never seen a girl that like thick and exposed. They've never seen
What
leggings.
Natty was at the last show. And Natty's
Natty's
pretty thick.
not as thick as Bailey and Naomi.
Okay, true. Let's wrap this up with this shitter match.
Yep.
All I
Bill
gotta say
Goldberg
is the
versus-
state of this company. The fucking state of this
Hey.
company, dude.
Wait till Mania and Base Big Dog will be our champion.
And that will just give him heel heat, though. Because
Yeah, no one's gonna. It's a lose-lose situation.
Because he's actually
That's not
over.
fake.
He's actually
Champion.
over right now.
Well, who else on SmackDown deserves to be champ?
You're right.
The Fiend should have been.
Or Brian.
Honestly, should
He
still be
doesn't
champ.
need the title. The title needs him.
No, well, he shouldn't have lost it to Bill Goldberg.
But Reigns
I know.
is always the plan, though, for this Mania, to get his champ back from leukemia, to get the title back. But it's
Okay,
just...
They should have done that
It's,
sooner.
it
They
just
should've done that
sucks that it
storyline.
has to be Bray.
Actually, I
losing.
think this is smart at the end of the day. Just think about it. I don't think people would turn on Roman if he beats Goldberg for the championship.
I
Yeah,
think...
They would have
Fiend-
definitely turned on
Fiend
him.
would have been.
No,
Yeah.
that's for sure. That's why they did this. Actually, that is exactly why they did this. It's the dirt sheets at least are saying that this is why, because Goldberg was a draw, so they wanted him in Saudi Arabia. Oh well, we have him in Saudi Arabia. Let's get heel heat for him so Roman can be a face at Mania when he beats him. That is smart. I see what they're doing there, but in the end of the day, Smarks are still gonna know that the Bray Wyatt lost the title due to Roman, and I still just think they're gonna be kind of salty. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this match for that reason. I want to see if Roman's finally gonna get that end of Mania cheer, winning the title.
He ain't in the Mania. It's gonna be Drew.
Yeah, you think that's the main event? You're for.
Well, let's keep in mind that Brock opened the show last year because he didn't want to stay. So who knows?
My friend
True.
said that was a rumor.
No, that was definitely
A
true.
rumor that Brock. No, my friend told me a rumor that Brock ripped up the contract after that night. But I know about that, so he was probably just bullshitting me.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I do know he helicoptered in and helicoptered out immediately after. He was only there for like 30 minutes.
Base
Yeah.
said,
But I'm just saying. Oh, I'm very excited for the. Well, we're gonna talk about SmackDown, but yeah. So what happened in this match? Spears, mandible claws, spears,
Classic Goldberg
super
match.
shitty,
I hate Goldberg.
jackhammer. The worst jackhammer I've ever seen him do, and pinfall win.
This is a classic Goldberg match, which is just finisher after finisher.
I have extra Goldberg hate because I saw him bury Kevin Owens live.
Ooh,
But
that
think
would've been
about it.
rough.
No one, But I still think him beating Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series was great.
I
And
liked
then-
their Mania match.
Super.
I liked their
Yeah, and then
Mania
their
match.
Mania match was great.
It was a
Yeah,
classic
Mania-
Goldberg match.
That was a weird Mania. Mania 33 was weird, but anyways, yeah, Goldberg is a shitter.
I like Goldberg, but sometimes I don't. I have mixed feelings on him.
Brock is way
he's
better.
At the end of the day, I like Goldberg.
At the end of the day, he's
and
too old to fucking be a Universal Champion. He shouldn't be a
True.
Universal Champion.
Do you know
Yeah.
the fun fact about him, though? He's the only person in WWE history, since they count WCW, is the only person to be the main champion in 4 decades.
Yeah,
That's kinda
yeah, I
cool.
heard that too.
That's pretty cool, actually. That's cool. Cool if you're a fucking mark. Get that.
Okay, let's go
shit
to
outta here.
SmackDown. We're going to go to WWE SmackDown now.
Yeah, what were you guys going to talk about with the Raw? Because we just.
Oh, well, we'll just bring that up after SmackDown. Wait, let me just see. I'm just going to go over important shit that fucking matters,
I
okay?
thought SmackDown was kind of boring this week.
So SmackDown, nothing really to talk about
No
besides
storyline
the whole...
advancements.
So, first off, Otis, heartbroken because Dolph Ziggler cucked him. Easy as that, right? And then we have a setup match at Elimination Chamber. It's a 3-on-1 match. It's Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. I love all 3 of those guys. And that's for the
Same.
Intercontinental Championship.
And it's going to get.
And it sucks because they're going to fucking lose to Braun Strowman.
Yeah, he's a shitter.
It's-
Can we also talk about my favorite piece of trivia about Elimination Chamber?
What?
Yes,
What's
sir.
up?
It's called No Escape in Germany.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh.
Because
I love that.
of obvious reasons, they don't want to promote Elimination Chamber, so it's
Oh, I
called
was
No
just saying, I love
Escape.
that because the name sounds cooler.
Yeah, but that's fucking why they can't, the whole Holocaust shit. So the Elimination Chamber is kind
Oh
of a
my
touchy
God.
subject, so it's called No Escape.
That's
Oh, fuck,
wild.
dude.
So, besides the Otis and Dolph thing and the handicap shit, there's a new feud developing that I actually can't wait for the blow-off match. And it's going to be essentially Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak.
Yes,
And that's
I
going to be a
knew you'd say
technical
that.
fucking match.
That's gonna be good. Yeah, that is gonna be really
Too
good.
bad it's gonna be a WrestleMania pre-show match.
Oh,
Fuck.
no.
Brian better not be
It'll be-
demoted.
It's not going anywhere with him, but he is not going anywhere right now.
So,
It
after...
should be good.
Okay, here's some WWE bullshit, right? So the day after the Saudi Arabia show, where Morrison and Miz won the titles, they then lost to the Usos.
Yeah, that
And
was
now they're gonna have a elimination tag match. So as I recall, so it's gonna be Usos, Miz and Morrison, New Day, Lucha House Party, Rude and Ziggler, and Heavy Machinery. Did I
The
already say
only
Heavy
SmackDown
Machinery?
tag teams. Yeah, there's only 6 SmackDown tag teams. That's their whole division.
But here's the thing: due to them jumping the gun and announcing Roman versus Goldberg,
They got rid of the normal match.
so they made Sheamus announce he's going to be in in the Elimination Chamber match, and it got canceled. So I think they're going to try to cover that up by having him take out someone and put him in the tag match.
Why don't they have? Oh, I was just about to say something stupid. I was gonna say, why don't they just have a elimination chamber for the WWE Championship? There's no fucking way Brock is gonna do that shit.
Oh, and then so the ending, John Cena came out and he was like,
That was
okay.
kind of-
That was a good. I loved the ending of SmackDown because it was John Cena was basically saying, "Well, fans want him to do it, but he wants the new guys to go." And then he walks up to the stage, and then Bray comes out and points at the sign, and John Cena just nods his head. And I love it because if everyone's
hate that
aware
spot.
of, I love
Keep going. but I hate
Yeah.
that spot.
But I love what they're doing here because besides the obvious shitty Saudi Arabia shit that don't count as canon,
yeah, that's
every person that Bray Wyatt has faced has something to do with history, and then he usually wins, and they change in character.
Except
So-
Daniel Bryan, though. Daniel Bryan's not really changed yet.
He's
What do
kind
you
of
mean?
changing. He's in the
He
whole
shaved his
mental
look. He
breakdown.
went back to his Bryan Danielson.
Oh,
look.
yeah, he did, yeah. He
And
did
he's
that.
having the whole, like, he doesn't know if he's a face or a heel, and I actually like that. I like that storyline.
Yeah,
he's
basically
like,
the
Chevy
Knoll.
Heath Slater.
Yeah. He changed Finn back to Prince Devitt. Right?
He sent Finn all the way back to the NXT. He said, "Go to the small leagues, shitter." That was based.
Hell no.
He
So
said,
that so that happened, and then he turned Seth back to basically my favorite version of Seth,
A
which
shitter.
was
No,
no, I love Seth as a heel.
No,
want
that
chicken
is
shit
shitter.
heel
The chicken
2015
shit heel.
Seth.
No, that's the
Yes.
best. That's without hands down, memes aside. That's the only version of Seth that works.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this new Messiah Seth. It's like,
I like it.
I like it. I just think it's taking influence off of Punk when he was doing the straight edge society shit.
Oh, of course, because he's a shitter.
Oh,
And
yeah.
all he does is copy people. Like, let's be real.
yeah,
all of
Punk
his,
is-
I like Rollins, but all of Rollins' big spots are copies of New Japan spots, and all of his gimmicks are kind of copies of other people's. He's kind of just
he
like a
never wrestled
copycat.
in New Japan because he's a shitter.
Yeah, he can't make it. So instead, he goes and steals like Tanahashi's and Kenny Omega's moves and shit in the feds. And then
I thought
calls New Japan
SmackDown was a
shitter.
shitter show. The hat tipping was weird.
So now let's get into Raw, and let's begin with the beginning, which I like the beginning. So it's Brock and Paul, and they're talking. Well, Paul's talking this shit, and then Drew just comes out and Claymore kicks him in the fucking head,
Three
whatever.
Based.
Yeah, 3 times. And there's this one part, so people caught audio where I guess Brock told him to hold
Yeah.
up the title, and people take that as, well, he fucked up on the spot. No, they took it as Brock is telling him to do this to make him look strong, and I think that means I'm hoping this match is good because it seems like Brock actually cares right now.
I think
So-
I think Brock
Yeah, Brock-
lately has been caring a little bit more about wrestling. He's been putting on good matches.
That R-Truth segment was one of the best segments in years.
I don't know about that one too.
I loved it. I think
What was it? I didn't watch it, so recap it for
Oh, it was
me.
basically R-Truth was saying he's gonna enter the Royal Rumble, and they're making it seem like I'm gonna take you. He's like, I'm gonna take you out, but he was talking about Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's like, I'm not in the Rumble, and then so then R-Truth is like, okay, I am undeclaring from the Rumble. This is what fucking happened.
And then Brock comes out and just beats his ass and says, "And that's what's up." And the way Brock said it was just hilarious.
I miss Money in the Bank Brock with the boom with the
Yeah,
boombox.
what happened to that? Chat?
Rock Party was great.
Brock Party was so fucking great. He was over too. He was super over with that. Fans loved him. Oh.
So
Buddy.
the first match, though, was the Raw Tag Team titles between Street Profits versus Rollins and Murphy.
Which was
And I
amazing.
didn't watch this,
I popped.
but it was amazing.
I popped hard.
I was just happy because here's the thing: I like Murphy a lot, and I kind of like Rollins as a heel right now, but they're not the fucking tag team of the stable. It's Authors of Pain. So where are
Yeah.
the 2 people?
'Cause they're
the fucking
shitters.
champions.
They're shitters. They're
All those
NXT
gamer
shitters. No, I
They're
like
probably
them.
buried because they fucking botched in NXT, so they're probably buried now.
So yeah, it's announced that Seth Rollins and Murphy will face Street Profits at Elimination Chamber for the titles. So
Which
that's
I
gonna
don't
be
know
the third match between the
what's
two
gonna
in like 10 days.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know who's winning.
I'm
That's
okay.
gonna be Street Profits.
I'm looking at the elimination chamber card right now, and it looks kind of shit. It looks
Yeah,
really shit.
I'm curious to see this tag elimination chamber match. This is only the second one in history.
That's the only match I'm excited for. Well, besides one more, but I'll talk about it later. So the next match is the best match ever, which was the WWE 24/7 title match between Riddick Moss and Ricochet.
Who the fuck is Riddick Moss?
He's a
I
basic
only-
football player.
He used to be in the tag team of Tito Sabatelli, if you remember him. So, like, he was only on NXT for like 2 matches. Came up, was Mojo Rawley's bodyguard, and became 24/7 champion. And he essentially buried Ricochet. There's nobody buried Ricochet.
It could be meaning a post. They just need to feed him. But...
Fun fact, Ricochet has not won a match in his tights. Or his trunks, my bad.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
So then after...
He's the reverse Okada.
Yeah, so basically after this, we got AJ Styles, who was supposed to face Aleister Black, but he's like, okay, beat Carl, and you can face me. He beats Carl. Beat Luke. Okay, beat him. And then AJ kind of beat Aleister, but didn't make Aleister look weak.
Yeah, but that was weird.
The rumors are that at Elimination Chamber, in the no DQ match, Undertaker is supposed to come out and help Aleister Black.
Oh no!
Based. I don't care. That's based. I hate Undertaker, but I love Aleister. That's based right there. No, that makes me want to.
That just takes the heat off Aleister though. That takes off like Aleister's run because it just puts it on Pit Carter. Are they really gonna make AJ Styles the best wrestler in the world fucking job to the Carter at Mania?
No, AJ's winning.
Yes. No, Undertaker is winning. I'm sorry, but
I'm gonna be pissed, dude. If Undertaker beats AJ Styles, I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay. So let's go to the next moment. Eric Rowan reveals what's in his cage.
Worst thing in a long.
Andrew, do you know what was in the cage?
No.
Do you know?
Okay.
Hold on. Don't look. I'm gonna send you a meme.
No, don't look. Don't look up. Okay, can you just take a guess? Take a guess. What was in the cage?
What would you think?
It's a bird.
Nope, worse.
Oh, it was a giant tarantula.
And I don't even know if it was real.
It was a super big tarantula that was like obviously one of those electronic like RC tarantulas.
Oh, I thought it was real with my.
No, it was
oh
not.
My god!
I
just saw a picture of it. Oh, that is so stupid. That is so stupid.
6 months for nothing. 6 months for nothing.
This went on for 6 months.
I like this metalcore shirt Eric Rowan can make. We just wear shirts of metal and metalcore bands.
But no, dude, I can't. Tarantula, a big robotic tarantula that he holds and pets.
Yes.
And it
it's weird because it spit out blood at someone.
But
Mojo? I forgot.
It was somebody. It was either No Way Jose or someone shit her job.
But
it spit out blood at someone. So we thought, teasers were like, well, it's gonna be something related to the Firefly Funhouse. Nope, it's just a giant tarantula. That's crazy. So basically, his gimmick is
Jake
like crocodile hunter. Yeah, Jake the Snake, but with spider.
That is
metal bands.
I do like that. That one is I like that. He's been doing that for a while. But that's shit. That is so kayfabe. This is just a real ass spider.
Yes.
The fucking state of this company.
I'm gonna hate it because sooner or later as you pull it out, people are gonna get down, and he's gonna put the spider up people. Someone backstage is gonna have to fucking control it, and then they're gonna pretend to get bit or some shit. And I'm fucking cringing so bad at the thought of it.
This payoff is gonna be awful.
Call me a mark, but what if they use a real spider?
They can't.
They can't. Look how big how it was.
Yeah. They can't switch.
They're gonna say it's shrunk. It shrunk due to pressure in the area.
Yeah, that's just the worst. That was one of the worst payoffs in recent memory.
Though it was leaked, it was supposed to be a spider by Sean, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is.
Alright.
But, so then next was the tag match between Ray versus Humberto versus Angel and Andrade.
This feud is
that match was the one good match. That was the one good thing about today. Or not today, but on Monday.
Well, I just don't care about the feud.
And then the main event thing, which was great stuff. Just basically Randy Orton giving his reasons why he attacked Edge with the chairs and shit.
What is his reasons?
He mentioned
makes
Edge's kids. It was pretty real. Like, it was fucking one of the best promos of him in years.
So obviously he's a heel, but basically what he was trying to say was, well, Edge has a family and shit, and
It was a sympathetic
like,
promo.
it was like he's a heel. He's honestly the heel, but
He
his
wants
motives
your
were good. Basically, he said Edge saved him and all this, and which I guess is like a shoot, like it's a real thing. I guess like Warren went for shit, and like he helped him, and he's like, why have Edge come back? Because he knows he's injured. Like basically he's saying, well, non-kayfabe, he gets injured again, he might be fucked from being a father. And then he's like, shame on you, Beth, because Beth allowed this. So basically Beth got worked, slapped Randy Orton, and kicked him in the gut, and then he RKO'd her, and it was fucking awesome.
The gut kick, if I'm being nitpicky, the gut kick was a little weird. I think it should have been a slap with an RKO. But other than that, one of the best segments in a long time.
So, like, so his reasoning is like he's gonna hurt Edge, so no one else can hurt him. Like he loves
Edge like a brother is the thing.
Yeah, it felt like a babyface promo. Like he didn't get booed, honestly.
But so like his whole thing is like, Edge, why are you doing this? I'm gonna beat you so you will stop wrestling so you don't hurt yourself.
Because he was saying he's like saying things to Randy Orton's like, thanks to me taking you out, he can be there for his kids. He loves Orton, or Orton said he loved Edge and Beth and the kids.
So that sounds like a good promo. That sounds like this is gonna be a great feud.
Yeah.
So,
Mania main event, that should be the Mania.
Because he's saying, oh yeah, one thing that was great was like basically he's saying that Beth is an enabler because he doesn't enable him to do drugs or drink, but he says that he knows that Edge is a junkie for the crowd, and Beth did nothing to stop it, so Orton stopped it. Basically he's trying to save him. It's like I said, you need to go and watch that promo.
It's not long, but it's really great.
I'll definitely go watch it. And then, so SmackDown, right, is the last thing we gotta cover.
We already did SmackDown. We're done now.
Okay, so that means next thing is TakeOver, right?
Or do you want to do a palate cleanser and go to AEW?
We're gonna do TakeOver. We'll do TakeOver. But before we start, before we start TakeOver, can I just talk about one of my least favorite things in wrestling?
What?
I absolutely hate, and this really plagues NXT, and this really plagues really NXT really bad. I hate crowds that try to get themselves over. NXT does that really bad.
Everybody says about NXT, but I don't know if I'm just...
No, dude. No.
I don't really notice it.
All I could fucking focus on watching NXT TakeOver was the stinky, smelly Smark sitting ringside trying to get himself over with shitty signs, with shitty fucking memes about Sheamus, and a fucking happy birthday dad sign, just trying to get himself over.
Why are you clowning me,
fucking Smark trying to get himself over on WWE pay-per-view. What a Smark. A smelly Smark trying to get himself over. But no. great segue. So we had an inside look from NXT. Cameron was pretty much ringside.
I was third row on the non-hard cam side.
And hard cam side technically, right?
Oh, I thought hard cam side was the side where the camera is at.
No, hard cam is the side.
Okay.
But
yeah, I was in the
third row. See, when you told me you got tickets, I didn't realize that it was third row ringside. I thought...
Hey, you should have went.
Yeah, to me, the tickets overall cost like $700 for
fucking
us two.
Christ. Yeah, no. But that was cool. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't watch NXT.
Yeah, you were messaging me. You kept saying...
All I could fucking focus on was you, Cameron. All I could focus on was you. I wish I wouldn't have known that was you, because all I could focus on was you, dude. And you had the NXT hats that were everyone else in the crowd was wearing, everyone else's wasn't distracting, but just knowing it was you made that bright yellow hat so distracting. Oh, God. You ruined the pay-per-view for me.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
just funny because like this was the first time I've ever like had like someone I know be on WWE TV in this sense, but like all I could focus on was you. But so let's take it away. NXT Takeover Portland.
Yes.
Ringside Cameron sitting insider scoop. Let's go over it.
So we'll begin with one of my favorite moments was Sam Roberts and Mansoor out there, you know. And like they're saying I wouldn't say they're trying to be face or heel or anything, but you know, the crowd fucking hates Sam Roberts. Which I don't, but like I had to go along with the crowd. Like this is a huge fucking booze he got, and then like however Mansoor was. And it was Kathy Kelly's last appearance on fucking WWE.
Yeah, she was one of my favorite, like backstage whatever's.
Yeah.
She's
so
hot.
first, so
Yeah,
after
she's
talking,
really nice looking.
the first thing was my queen Poppy performed. Except for where I sat, you cannot see the stage.
Oh, I love Poppy.
So I did not get to see the entrances, which fucking sucked. But
Yeah, it does.
yeah, she performed, and that was the pre-show.
So I do gotta ask though before going in. So I've like we've talked about before. I've been to house shows. And how's watching a pay-per-view though with no commentary?
I think it was fine. There's
Yeah,
only one
it's
thing.
fine.
There's one thing I fucking hated about where I was sitting at. Was like every time a decent spot happens, or like if a pinfall's happening or down outside the ring, then everyone fucking stands up.
Oh, I could only
And like
imagine how
being
annoying
third
that
row, like I'm tall, so I can see over, but barely. And like it's blinding because you're in third row. You're basically breaking your fucking neck to try to look at like the Titatron up top to even see it from different angles. But yeah, the commentary didn't matter. But so I kind of wonder how like chants happen then when they go like Mamma Mia, you know, one of those like crowd trying to get over things.
Yeah. Maybe they just know, or maybe it's the people sitting by Morrow who could hear him, and they still...
Morrow and Beth are shitters.
No,
No, Morrow's the best commentator.
he's the best
No, Nigel
commentator.
is. Nigel's best.
I love Nigel, but I love Morrow. I think Morrow. I love him in boxing too. But let's get back on to
No, I'm
Takeover.
just kidding. Morrow's alright. I just don't like Beth. I think Beth is
Beth sucks. Women suck
Terrible.
at commentating. No sexism.
honestly, Lita was drunk, and then Beth Phoenix Young sucks.
And Renee Young was a shitter on commentary, which was a shame because she was so good on talking smack, and then she came as
Yeah, I
commentator.
don't get.
And the only thing she'd really add in ever is, oh wow,
Bring back Thick Boy Samoa Joe commentary.
I liked him.
Well,
But-
he got injured in a freak accident, so
So
Wait, I heard he
there
got
you go.
injured in a commercial by doing this stupid
Yeah.
tape spot.
yeah, exactly. Freak accident there in the table
Oh.
spot in the commercial.
And then I heard he got suspended for drug policy, wellness policy.
This fuck,
So
I'm
that's a
like, I don't know.
Because they officially posted that he got. So I don't know if that's to cover it up or what.
Oh no, but do you want me to
Weird
talk about
shit.
the first match now?
yeah, we need.
Yeah,
to
what was
end
the first match?
So first match was North American title match between Dominic Dijakovic versus Keith Lee.
Best match.
And I'm gonna say, it's my second favorite match. I'll go.
I
with
liked
my
this
favorite
match.
one.
I watched this match. I liked it quite a bit.
The high spots were
To,
amazing.
honestly, it has to be probably my favorite big man versus big man match of all
A
time.
big hoss fight. It's a lot of beef in
It was
the ring.
fucking great.
Yeah, WWE doesn't do a lot of big house fights anymore.
Though another thing is, when you're on the crowd on the opposite side where the camera is, you kind of catch botches a different way. And there was a bad botch that like,
I remember.
so Dominic like tried to do a flip over the ring, and like Keith Lee didn't catch him, so he kind of landed on his neck on the ring post. And I was like, oh
Oof.
god, don't hurt Dominic, dude, because Dominic is probably like a top 3 or 4 guy for me in NXT right now. Besides other people that was in the card, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But to me, yeah, this, like I said, favorite big man match of all time. Big man versus big man. Highly recommend it. There's like only honest. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The woman matches weren't that good on this card.
What were they? I'm sorry to say, I kind of forgot.
So just everyone watch the North American title match between Dijakovic and Keith Lee. The second one was a street fight match between Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox.
Decent feud, not the best match.
Okay, so live, it was. I think when you watch a street fight or anything live, it's gonna look fucking cool.
Yeah, I've
right?
seen an ambulance match live and it was awesome.
Oh, that's fucking cool. What? Real quick, what ambulance match was it?
John Cena versus Kane in Elimination Chamber 2012. So I was like 11.
That would be fucking cool.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the 3 stages of hell kind of fucking deal when it was John Cena versus Ryback.
Oh no, I wish I would have seen that live. That would have been cool.
Controversial take. I loved Ryback in
Cringe.
WWE.
Me too. Me too.
I didn't actually watch any of him, so I can't really say.
His heel turn was weird. It was just weird booking. He was the most white hot thing in the company, and they fucked it all up.
The Shield fucked him over, so there you go.
Kayfabe or what?
Both. Kayfabe and Shu, if you think about it, he was white hot until they introduced the Shield. And then, like, at that point, they just kept having him get fucked over by the Shield. And then he had that bad match against Mark Henry, and then he went downhill.
Yeah, WrestleMania 29, one of the most forgettable matches. I don't know how I the fucking shitter match.
But then he had 2 cool things. After that was when he was working with Paul Heyman. So I love the Ryback and CM Punk feud. You know, this Ryback CM Punk feud kind of like correlates.
They do a double
why
turn?
CM Punk left.
Did they do a double turn?
No. Yes. No.
At Money in the Bank.
So after his match with Undertaker, he was kind of a tweener, and then he got
Yeah.
fucked over at Money in the Bank, and he turned face.
And they left the company.
But the other thing I loved about Ryback was him and Curtis Axel. I loved the Ryback.
Wow.
I loved that fucking tag team.
Did they win the belts?
Maybe? I don't know. I'll do research real quick.
I know they.
Alright, someone else do.
Anyways,
Someone else.
you fucking jobbers. So
Yes,
Keith Lee
Dakota Kai
versus
versus
Dominic.
no.
Though you recommend it? Good match.
Yes.
I thought it was a
Second
great
best
match.
match on the card.
Great match. I agree.
So Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox in Street Fight. To me, it was a good match, except for such a shitty fucking ending, and I don't even know who the girl was. Yeah,
Marty
everyone in the crowd's like,
Martinez.
"Who are you?" Everyone's
Well,
like,
just call
"Who
her
the fuck
Marty.
are you?"
Who was it? So, like, what happened?
Like,
She changed her name so she is.
like I think it's like Rena Gonzalez or Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah, and
I
she was, like,
never
saying
heard
something.
this.
I don't know.
I never heard this woman in my life. Not in any
Raquel
other company
Gonzalez
or
made her
anything.
first appearance in WWE since the Mae Young Classic and slammed Knox through the table.
Yeah, but it was fucking stupid. It was just the match is all right. Ending's fucking dumb. Would I recommend this though?
If you have time,
Maybe. Okay. I'll tell you what matches to watch and whatnot after this.
All right.
So next match was Johnny Gargano and Finn Balor,
Ooh.
and honestly,
Wrong
I
person.
some
won.
reason thought no.
Who won again? I forgot. Balor.
Finn Balor won,
Good base.
but
Andy hates.
here's the
Finn
thing.
Balor.
No, I like Finn. Yeah,
Call him a family shitter.
Well, here
He
Finn
is a
needed to win
shitty-
this, and I'll say why. When we cover the NXTs afterwards.
He had a main feud.
But I thought this match. Some reason I thought this match was gonna suck because, well, I have trust in Johnny. Finn Balor puts out some shitter matches. He's kind of
Really?
inconsistent.
I love him.
I think, I'm not gonna lie. I think Finn's a better worker than Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
Who has
Reddish
more
is
five?
enjoyable.
Dude, Johnny has had like 4 5-star matches.
He has.
Like,
That's true.
he is
but
definitely
Meltzer's
Meltzer's
a
guy.
shitter. No, I like Meltzer, but I don't know. I just like Finn more, but I like Johnny. I like Johnny. Don't get me wrong.
But speaking of Johnny, this heel turn is retarded. I hate it.
No, I love his heel turn because
It was
oh
forced when
Johnny,
they had him
Johnny,
attack
Johnny.
Alex
Okay,
Black.
never mind. I was like, yeah, Johnny's heel turn's fucking dumb, but I love Balor's heel turn because it's one of those cool heel turns where he's not a heel against the crowd. He's just a heel against the wrestlers.
So he's kind of like
Basically, he's all
like
I
a
like
Stone
CM Punk,
Cold.
right?
Yeah, CM Punk, Stone Cold, like anti-hero.
yeah.
Speaking of NXT, we should just lump in NXT together, kind of, because like this Velveteen Dream feud is really interesting, and they're kind of pushing borders with it. Like talking about his kids, I'm kind of surprised they're going with that.
Well, I'll talk about that after. But
Yeah,
anyway,
we're talking
yeah.
about Takeover.
Finn Balor won the match. Great match. This match seemed kind of slow to me, but like it picked
I
up
agree.
at the end. There's a lot of good spots. Oh. Okay, never mind. We already passed that bridge.
Well,
But
what were you gonna say?
Yeah, say
it's about the Keith Lee and like the
Yeah, you can bring it up.
Dominic.
Yeah, we're talking
shit.
about
That was if I recall, that's when they did like the chair shit, right? Yeah, right. Where they set him down in a chair and like they did the flips on the fucking chair, right? Or am I thinking of a different match?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure entirely.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, this match got one of those. This is awesome chance and like the fight forever and that kind of
Cringe.
bullshit.
I hate that. I hate this.
Only
chance.
say fight forever for.
For who?
Sorry, my mic cut out. For KO and Sammy is the only time the crowd should chant fight forever.
That's an old chant. That goes way back in like Ring of Honor and shit.
Oh, that's why I said Sami Zayn and KO.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they like the originators of that chant? It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, really? My mic
Yeah, I'm
has-
pretty sure. Or I think it's just a Ring of Honor thing. Like, I don't think it was necessarily Sammy and Kevin, but I'm pretty sure it was a Ring of Honor chant.
Yeah, that makes sense. The fucking sweaty smarks down in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, but I would watch Finn Balor versus Johnny. Though my one complaint about Finn is I hated how they switched his signature and finisher around because he does
Yeah.
the 1916 as a
Yeah.
finisher now, but that used to be
I
a
don't like that.
signature. And Cody Grawl used to be finisher and now it's signature.
I
I don't
have
like
another
it.
hot take. I thought his match with Riddle was better.
Finn Balor and Riddle?
Yeah, didn't they have a match with the last Takeover War Games? They did.
Yes.
Not
I
War.
think.
Maybe not War Games, but they did have a match recently. That
Yeah,
his
yeah,
last-
you know,
yeah,
it
it
was
was
War
War
Games.
Games. Finn versus.
I thought that match was like I don't know. I was just way more this. No, Gargano and Finn.
I'm
was
sorry,
so great.
that pay per view was good, but like, just the main point was the fucking War Games match. Like, it was fucking great.
I will say this though. This is why I think Johnny should have won, because Johnny is supposed to be like the face of NXT. He's Mr. NXT, and he always fucking loses at Takeover.
Yeah, he never wins the big ones.
Give him some
But
fucking wins
he's
at
not-
Takeover.
But now he's a heel.
It still
Spoiler alert.
it still just doesn't. That'd be like if like John Cena like
Okay.
kept fucking losing at I don't know. It's just
The
it's
heel
weird.
turn would work if Ciampa wasn't face. Like I feel like he would be better feud against damn near anyone else.
Yeah. No, the next match was Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, which was an alright women's match. But the ending, I fucking loved the ending. Kind of like, I don't know why, but just Charlotte coming out after the match
Yeah,
and
that
beating the
pops.
fuck out both of them and announcing, due to her winning the Royal Rumble, yes, I'm facing Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship at WrestleMania. That's fucking crazy, not gonna lie.
What's
I thought, what?
well here keep going.
No, I was like gonna say like like, now at this point they're trying to get NXT over by doing that because they could have just easily had her go up against Bailey, but it's gonna be Bailey versus Sasha or some shit at WrestleMania.
So my thing is though, what the fuck are they doing with like the takeovers now in front of pay-per-views if NXT's on the main card pay-per-views because they're all main card now? Like, what's
Well, it's technically
Takeover
not
Tampa?
main card.
What? Yeah, it is now. They like came out and said it's just 3 brands. It's not developmental anymore. So like,
Well, think about it. It's still technically developmental.
but like,
I
what
mean,
do they like? What? So what are they going to do with like so the women's match is going to be on Mania? So what are they going to do for Takeover Tampa Bay?
Oh, they're having a
Like, my thing is like takeovers are still
I was gonna
necessary, but I just don't know.
Well, they still have the men's. They're gonna probably have the main title, the tag title, and they're having a women's ladder match. Who will determine the #1 contender for probably the next takeover after Tampa?
But the men's NXT title's been getting defended on main shows now.
Yeah, I was like twice.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
It was twice. He's only talking about that because of the Saudi, when they wouldn't let them leave, and then they were forced to have Adam Cole defend the title 2 nights.
I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking because that Survivor Series is on Survivor Series.
Yeah, they have not. They have not had any
true.
NXT dudes besides Angel Garza come up to the main roster to wrestle since Survivor
I think that's
Series.
for the better, because Aleister Black and Ricochet coming up last year have been like subpar.
But now it's like not a come up though, because like they literally, the WWE has stated like in kayfabe, like they're the same, they're equal, they're now equal since getting on TV. So since like October.
I think Takeover would just be NXT's brand, just like Raw brand and SmackDown brand have their own pay-per-views.
Yeah, so I'm just saying though, is like, so like our takeover is now gonna be for like the mid card NXT people who can't make it on the main card pay-per-views.
I don't know, because I don't think Velveteen Dream will have WrestleMania, and he's not a mid card. I consider him main event.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they handle this Mania now that NXT they can consider just a third brand.
I really wanted to see Cena versus Velveteen Dream. I don't know why. I just think that would be a.
Well, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I think you're looking too much into it because there's only gonna be the only NXT stuff on the main card is gonna be that because it's a.
I bet you they'll probably
Rumble
have.
is challenging.
I bet
And then
you
they're gonna be an
probably
Andre the Giant Battle Royale. You know, there's gonna be a couple people in that.
I bet you they'll end up having. I genuinely think if Survivor Series is any indication, they'll still have a main NXT title shot at Mania.
I don't think so.
Because Survivor Series, they had a NXT match the night before on TakeOver, but then Survivor Series 2019, they had on the main card too.
Only way I could see them, because I'm already making this prediction, okay? So, later on in the NXTs, so basically, Velveteen Dream is now feuding with Undisputed Era, which means we're probably going to get Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream at NXT TakeOver Tampa, and I think Velveteen Dream is going to win. And then I think an open challenge is going to happen, and Adam Cole is going to come out during WrestleMania. That's my prediction. And I think Undisputed Era is going to be sent to SmackDown or Raw.
Yeah, that's
my prediction
a
right
fair
now.
prediction. That is.
I think Strong is going to be babyface on the main roster, and Omega start heel, and the other two are going to be a tag team.
I don't think they'll go to the main roster.
No, I don't think they're going to split them up. Since, let's be real right now, Undisputed Era is probably, besides maybe Tommaso, Undisputed Era is the biggest commodity, like, overall with everyone. Yeah. They're not going to split them up anytime soon.
Most over. Probably biggest.
Anyways, though, was the next match after Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair?
The next match was the match of the night for me, which was the Broserweights versus the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, that was a great match.
That match was so fucking good. And here's the thing. It was kind of set up. It was definitely set up to where people were thinking, someone's going to turn on someone.
People thought Dunn were going to turn.
No, I thought Matt Riddle was, because Pete Dunne has already been a heel. I thought Matt Riddle was going to turn heel.
I don't think they'll ever turn Matt heel. I feel like he's a babyface all the time.
Yeah.
They teased them turning heel.
His character's just like babyface through and through.
But,
you can't have a stoner heel. Doesn't work.
What do you mean? They literally, Rob Van Dam right now in Impact.
That's shitter.
Hey, do not insult RVD.
I love him, but he needs to be in a better. No, he can't really go anywhere else.
Yeah,
he wouldn't really fit in anywhere else.
RVD is pretty good at Impact, actually.
RVD's gimmick right now is just having two girlfriends.
People
That's
thinks
his
it's an
gimmick.
people thinks it's an existential crisis that his ex-wife is like a freaky, like a freak show call out. Like he's like fucked up. Like,
Hey, I mean, if it
Attention.
is, I still think he's not losing in this scenario. Let him
it's
be a
Chad.
player, okay?
It's Chad material. It's space Chad.
But I will just say this: you got to keep in mind that this is only, or this is like the first time RVD's been a heel since the Alliance invasion bullshit. So he's been most of his
because that
career
was
as
a
a
shitter
face.
storyline.
Yeah, but
That
he's
was the
been a
worst
face.
storyline in the business.
So is there any like highlight spots of the Broserweights match that you can recall?
I definitely.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
One of y'all go ahead. Fuck.
Yeah, he watched. He saw it live. I didn't.
So go, Cameron.
Okay, so the first highlight was them coming out on the
I love
their
that.
golf
I love
cart.
That little buggy. I love that thing. People hate it.
Oh,
I
just
love
the
it.
whole little mini story they had of how they got from Full Sail to
I love
Portland
that.
was fucking hilarious.
The best done in a long time. That's you should watch, Andrew. Watch that.
I definitely will. I need to go back and watch Takeover pretty bad.
So
Even Dave Meltzer popped for that. He popped.
Well, Meltzer loves
Meltzer
NXT.
Meltzer gave
What are
Meltzer
the
gave
star
Broserweights
ratings?
versus Undisputed Era.
Here, I'll
So
look it
for
up
the main
right now.
event, Ambrose Waits was 4.75 stars. I believe he had, or maybe he had 3 matches at 4.75 stars.
It was just one.
Lead
It was just one. We'll go over them. So keep talking about the Broserweights.
No, I'm pretty sure Broserweights and Undisputed Era and Matt Riddle, pretty sure Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne and Tommaso and Adam got 4.75.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Anyways, so Broserweights. So any spots?
Bruh. This is one of those matches where I'm not gonna lie, it was a great match, but I don't remember too much because
same.
the crowd and the shitter that was sitting behind me in the Rey Mysterio mask, which you guys know about. Oh yeah, no. Am I allowed to talk about politics on this shit?
Yeah.
Sure, I don't.
The pins.
It's
the pins. Don't
basically okay. It's about.
You can talk about someone else's political opinion.
It was Matt Riddle, and basically, Matt Riddle got taken down, and then some dude's like, "Oh, you're too high. Kate Brown loves her stoner ass. Get the fuck out of here," or something like that. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh God! Why is there so much rednecks in Portland? They all just went to Takeover.
It's wrestling, though.
I've never encountered a redneck in Portland. Like, really think about it. Maybe it's just because I'm always like going to like rap concerts in Portland and shit.
Like, I think he was just trying to be edgy or do shock value, but this like seeing Matt Riddle, because there's a spot where Matt Riddle accidentally hit Pete Dunne or some shit, and then he got taken down, and then he made that comment like, "Yeah, Kate Brown loves her stoner ass. Get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
Kate Brown doesn't watch wrestling. You fucking smart. You should have told him that. Okay, so yeah, we'll that one did get a 4.75.
yeah, I just guess
Gargano, Balor got 4.5. Keith and Dojovic got 4.25, and then the main event got 4.75 too.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this match also got a like "This is awesome" chant, of course, you know.
Yeah, of course. Of course. All right.
So like, oh my, basically this match had few of those like false finishes, like, but false finishes in the sense of like they're cheating or they're being mischievous. So you thought they're gonna fucking win, you know, and then they don't, and they fucking won. And I can't recall the spots too much, but it was by far
The best match of the card.
Best match and the second best match of the year. Uh-oh. We're going to get into that one later.
Based. Alright, and then main event time.
The best match of... I'm kidding.
Adam!
This is like third.
Cole!
Adam Cole, baby.
Versus Tomato
Tommaso
Ciampa.
Ciampa.
Oh.
Who is my favorite wrestler in the world.
Representing
right
Milwaukee,
now.
Wisconsin. Come on.
Cringe. Both of the.
How's that cringe?
Milwaukee, cringe. Balding people, cringe.
Okay, dude.
He needs to go somewhere else and stop being a shitter. No, I like Tommaso.
Ciampa?
Yeah. But anyways,
Where else would he go? He would be
Home.
shit in AEW.
home. He needs to retire.
No, I'm kidding. I think he could work. I don't know.
I think he'd work anywhere. Honestly, he's great in ring. Memes aside, I won't fucking like sit here and meme. He's a super talented worker. But main event. Talk about the main event. Come on.
Okay, so a few spots I'll talk about. So first one was. So do you ever see kind of Tommaso's big like taunt thing when he goes outside, sits on the apron, and like claps, pats himself on the back?
I think so.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like his trademark thing at every takeover he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so Adam Cole did that, and
That fucking
then
heel.
Ciampa fucking threw a chair into, or I think he held a fucking chair to his leg and did a running knee with the chair onto onto Cole, and that was fucking clean as fuck. That was this is awesome. Chance happened, I'm pretty sure, at that point.
or probably the holy shit,
No, holy shit did happen. There was a table spot they did, and they did a holy shit thing.
Based.
Because like Cole launched Ciampa onto the announce table neck first, I think.
Ugh.
And like it was kind of a brutal landing, and then they're just like holy shit, and I hate when Ciampa does like the neck shit, because of his whole like
Neck
surgery
injury.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be done.
I hate when wrestlers do that, like spots involving their real injuries. It's like, take care of yourself, bruh. Take care. Anyways, more spots.
So, okay, let's see. So like later on, towards the end of the match, the Undisputed Era comes out. What a surprise, right? And like, you know, they basically did the shit, you know, the goon shit, whatever, and try to cheat. But then Ciampa just kept kicking out, you know. Then I trying to remember who it was, but someone brought in the NXT Championship, and he kicked him. So the belt goes towards the end, and then all of a sudden you see Johnny Gargano come out, whatever, with his DIY shirt. And when I saw the DIY shirt, I was like, he's turning heel. Why the fuck would he lose a match and then come out with his DIY shirt? Like, come on. So
Johnny Rasslin.
So basically, he grabs Tommaso crawls and tries to grab the belt, and Johnny takes the belt away from him. And then he fucking hits Tommaso with the belt. 1, 2, 3, over with. And my shoot, I fucking hate title belt shots. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate that gimmick that people do.
Why is that?
Because it's just, I don't know. It's kind of overdone.
It's super overdone.
Who's the only when it's
And,
like a tag team, like when they're like holding him, and then like the main champion hits the guy when like his opponents are holding him. I don't know. I like that little spot whenever like.
Yeah, but that's usually not done in matches. It's usually like a promo thing, and that kind of is.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the title shot spot is really played out.
Like even using it as a weapon in the games when I was a kid was lame.
Yeah.
Like it's not a kayfabe good weapon.
Yeah, grow up, kids. Stop fucking using titles.
Yeah, that's TakeOver. Just watch the pay-per-view.
What would you recommend? So would you recommend watching every match or just skip the women's matches?
I'd honestly watch every one besides the ending of Nox and Dakota Kai.
See, you guys are gonna
Honestly.
hate this, or maybe I don't know. I was watching it, and I need to go back and rewatch it because I was actually pretty invested. But Finn Balor and Gargano, I fell asleep for.
No, like I said, if I go in order of my favorite to least favorite, so favorite's the tag match, then Dijakovic and Keith Lee, followed by Cole and Cole and Ciampa. Then Balor and Gargano was the worst men's match out of the four.
It was. I don't think it was bad though, from what I seen. To be fair,
No, none of the matches
it didn't
bad.
bore me to sleep. I was just fucking tired. I got off work and put it on, so I was just tired.
Yeah. So, should I just get on with like the NXT shit, and then we go to the final thing? Because honestly, I remember the most about the last subject.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically important NXT stuff. So one, as I said, so you had Velveteen come out and face Roderick Strong, and he won. Or got interference, I don't remember. Regardless, he won. And it definitely sets up the feud of Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole. Okay,
Baby.
that's legit the only important thing that happened.
Yeah, NXT was kind of weak.
Yeah, and you know why? Because for the first time ever, AEW Dynamite has won the ratings war in every single demographics.
Based.
And I will tell you why.
That was the week before, not this week's.
I didn't watch AEW.
This
I watch
week,
it like every other week.
Whatever.
I don't watch it
Not last week.
consistently.
So this week, last week, yeah. Last week, AEW finally, they've been in the ratings overall. They've been winning, but finally they've just won every demographic.
So you're telling me boomers are watching?
Yeah, that was the last demographic they hadn't captured yet. Boomers were watching NXT more, but AEW finally captured the boomer demographic. And
Chris Jericho's been
I'm not gonna go over Dynamite's really. I think because you said Dynamite has been hit or miss for you, right?
I'm the same way though.
See, Dynamite for me, I've liked Dynamite. Dynamite's the only weekly wrestling. Because as you guys know, I'm New Japan Mark. I like the New Japan style of like just a monthly, like a couple monthly shows, not really weekly, not really just once a month. That's easier for me to keep up on usually. AW Dynamite's the only show weekly that has kept me entertained and I can watch. But so for me, I thought it was pretty good. They do a great job, in my opinion. This is, in my opinion, undoubtedly better than main roster. They do a good job setting up pay-per-views on their show, on their weekly shows. They really carry feuds in weekly shows, I think, better than WWE does. The only thing I do want to say is that 30-minute Iron Man match last week between Pac and because by the time, so we're recording this on a Tuesday night, so we haven't got to see Dynamite yet this week, but last week's 30-man Iron Minute match I think was hands down the absolute best match that has ever been on television.
That match bored the fuck out of me.
What?
I'm in the middle.
See, I thought
because Andy told me.
I thought.
See, honestly, I thought it was one of the worst Iron Man matches I've ever seen. Not because the match itself, just the draw. You know, like the sudden death fucking sucked.
I like this.
I hate when matches. First off, I hate the sudden death rule anyway. When it comes to Iron Man matches, cause like, then you know at the end of the day, it's an Iron Man match. It should be a draw, whatever. But like just the fucking sudden death was. It irked me the wrong way. It really irked me the wrong way. But it's okay, cause I mean at the pay-per-view, both of them did their part and both put on great performances. Honestly,
yeah, we'll get to that. I just want to talk about that Iron Man match. I mean, it's weird to me that you guys don't like it. I don't know.
Well, he said in the middle.
I was super invested. Yeah, he said the beginning was slow, but I really liked the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning put me in right away. And full disclaimer, Cameron already knows this. I am a huge Kenny Omega mark. You are too, because you were into Kenny as the cleaner before I really was.
I was into him when he was the surfer gimmick.
I just love Kenny, man. I'm such a mark for Kenny. Like, I'm not gonna hide my bias. I love Kenny Omega. And that is the one thing I will say. His new theme isn't bad, and it fits his AEW character, but I miss that cleaner theme, dude. With the whole fucking...
It's trash.
Remember the dude you mark out for the most dressed up as Sans from Undertale.
Shut up. Shut up, dude.
No,
But no,
I was just gonna say, I'll just finish up the NXT shit, and then we'll go on to AEW. Like, the match... So, the final thing I really want to talk about, though, is basically the matchup that's going to be set for either UK or Tampa. And that's going to be between Finn Balor and Walter, bro. And you're telling me that's not going to be a great match, Andrew?
it's going to be a good match. I like Walter and Finn Balor. I like them both. I love my big, strong, choppy boy.
Could it be a Mania match? Will it be a Mania match?
It won't be,
It's
but
not
it
going to
could
be
be.
Mania.
Oh, no, I'll
probably...
tell you why it won't be, because Mania matches kind of suck. Manias are like event with like 4 average matches, 2 shitty matches, and then like 3 good matches.
And then like occasionally a match that gets remembered.
Yeah. WrestleMania isn't about... It's not like... So like WrestleMania and Wrestle Kingdom are polar opposites. Wrestle Kingdom is about wrestling. WrestleMania is about the mania. It's about the entertainment. And that's why I like WrestleMania. I like them for both different reasons. Don't get me wrong. Even though I don't like WWE in its current state, I always love WrestleMania. Even when I didn't watch WWE, I would be sure to watch WrestleMania because it's just so exciting. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, it could be a Mania match, but it won't be. It would be one of the better Mania matches if it was on the card. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and then that's all. So let's go into the, in my opinion, the best.
We'll get to it at the end. We'll get to it at the end of the recap. But so just real quick though, what's your opinion on Kenny's new theme versus the cleaner theme?
Cleaner theme is one of my favorite themes of all time. I don't like this new theme.
Like I said, it fits his character better, but man, I just missed the cleaner theme. The cleaner theme sounded so epic.
I'm not sure how I feel about Kenny right now because he should be the John Cena of AEW, but he's like not. But like that's good that he's not. But
yeah, I mixed on that.
Burn.
Mixed on that. So I think they're building him up.
I'm gonna check on. I need to listen to both these real quick on YouTube.
But so I just wanted to say the Iron Man match I thought was amazing because I think both Pac and Kenny have been kind of lackluster. Although Kenny's been kind of picking up in the tag team with Paige, and we'll cover that more. But I just thought it was a good match. I thought it was a good match to open a fucking.
This is why we need a mid-card title for AEW.
Yes, yes. My biggest complaint with AEW is that there's no mid-card title. But so first now we are going on to this podcast's main event, AEW Revolution.
And I'm the idiot who didn't fit it.
You fucked
called
up.
me in the middle.
You fucked up. But so I did not watch the pre-show. Cameron, did you? Cameron did
Wait,
not
sorry,
watch.
what?
Did you watch the pre-show of Revolution? Did you skip?
I did watch the pre-show.
So go over that because I did not. So we'll run us through the
like you kind of warned me about. It was just your average tag match, in AEW quality. But like you said, ending mattered because first off, it was kind of fucking weird because they had Colt Cabana come out, which was great because Chicago, whatever, he's from Chicago.
Yeah, they pop.
But what was the fucking point? Because all they did was have him come out.
He
beat down a couple people, and then he got beat up.
Just for the pop, because it's a pre-show, so it doesn't matter. Just for that pre-show pop.
And then you have
the swerve. I like the swerve.
Yeah, the Exalted one come out, and it's Christopher No, did you watch that?
Yeah, it's Christopher Daniels. He came out.
It wasn't really a swerve because he came out, and then I was hoping they would do a little more because he came out with like the cloak on, whatever, and then he instantly ran out and attacked them. But I kind of wanted to tease it a little more
A little
because
bit
I'm
more,
kind of
yeah.
I have a feeling that he is going to end up joining them anyway.
Well, because the rumors he's supposed to be the Exalted One is like the storyline.
Really, I've heard a lot of it could be a lot of people.
Well, I'm just saying like the kayfabe rumors, the kayfabe, like in the storyline, he's like rumored.
Yeah,
so
that would make sense.
Here, this is what's going to happen, right? Listen, so probably Christopher Daniels was supposed to be it, but now the fact that 2 other wrestlers are supposed to sign with AEW, which is supposed to be Luke Harper and Matt Hardy.
I don't know about
They're
that.
thinking one of those are going to be
it.
It
will be Hardy. If Hardy signs, it's going to be Hardy. There's no way.
But don't you think he'll be too fucking goofy to be the Exalted One?
No, I think Hardy can make it work.
What's the Exalted One? I've been like watching it.
So, the Dark Order, they're going around attacking people, recruiting new wrestlers and shit, but they're supposedly led by this masked figure that they don't really know. They're just getting orders from, called the Exalted One. So
yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
So, like, yeah, it's kind of like if you watch Lucha Underground, when in the first season, when Pentagon was, like, trying to find his master, he was like, my master's ordering me shit. And then finally it was revealed that fucking Vampiro was his master. It's kind of like that. It's just we haven't been revealed who's the Exalted One. So what this was
based.
Yeah, I agree. But so what this was Christopher Daniels, SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. They're kind of iffy of Christopher Daniels, because in storyline they're like, you're the leader. Stay backstage. We don't want you near. You're the leader. So then when he came out, it's like, oh fuck, he is the leader. But then they didn't really tease it that much. He instantly went and like, no, I'm not the leader. Fuck you guys. I'm helping SoCal, which was what that is. So that's the pre-show. Kicking off with Jack Hager in his AEW singles match debut against Dustin Rhodes.
All right, I have a quick question.
What's that?
I say that Dustin sexually assaulted his wife. I kind of skipped through that part. What happened exactly?
We'll get to that. So the match starts off with cocky, ignorant, but tough heel Jake Hager walking to the ring and smooching his wife on camera, getting really
I'm gonna make
sensual.
I have a comment about this, just so everyone knows. Jack Hager, or is it Jake or Jack?
Jake. It's Jake.
It's Jake.
Anyway,
my dad's a huge Jack Hager mark. It's his favorite wrestler in AEW.
How excited was he for this match? Did he get to see it?
No, he hasn't got to watch it.
Shame. So real quick. I am so happy for Dustin. I kind of talked to Cameron about this. I am so happy for Dustin because his Goldust gimmick was like iconic, yeah, but it was such like a jobber gimmick. He was never going to be serious.
Anything.
And now finally, as Dustin the Natural Rhodes, he put on that 5-star match with Cody last year at Double or Nothing.
Still haven't seen that.
Fucking, he's so good, man. Like he's in the best shape he's ever been in. Because with Goldust, he was never super in shape. He's kind of like skinny, fat, kind of like.
Wait, did I mishear that? Yeah. Were you saying that Dustin? Were you talking about Dustin versus Cody, aka match of 2019?
Yeah, I was saying.
Was that all out? No, my bad.
That was Double or Nothing. But just ever since then, man, like his career has just been doing so good. Like it's just I don't know. I feel like in AEW, of course, it's because it's his brother's promotion, yeah. But he's finally getting taken serious as a wrestler, and he really hasn't.
Taken seriously when he went to Impact. He was
fucking Black Rain. Oh god.
Worst gimmick.
Oh, yeah, and he hated that. That was a super dark time for him because he was super into drugs and he was like super out of shape and shit. So he hated that. But just I don't know. Dustin's in amazing shape. He's for his age, like his Code Red, for example, great finisher. Amazing to watch someone his age and size pull it off. I thought this was a good match. It was a nice opener. You know, it's really set the pace. You thought it was long?
20. I think it went 23.
It was 14. I think maybe
it did seem a little slow, but I don't think
maybe shave like 4 minutes off of it. I think it would have been good as a 10-minute match. But there's a spot where Jake kept going out and kissing his wife mid-match for like good luck, and then fucking Dustin goes over and steals a smooch from her and just fucking eats her face. It's disgusting. And like
Weird.
he pulls back and she's all covered in like his face paint and she's like, "That's fucking disgusting." I hated that spot. What was your opinion on it, Cameron?
It's probably one of the worst spots ever in AEW history.
Well,
if not the worst spot ever in AEW history.
It is. I fucking hated it. It was so corny. It was WWE shit for real. Dustin definitely booked that for being in WWE so long. But overall, what did you guys think of the match? I thought so. Like
Pretty
general
solid.
consensus, solid match. Ran maybe a little bit too long. I still thought it was a great opener for the match. The next match, however, Sammy versus Darby, loved it. It was probably the best 5-minute matches ever. Best 5-minute match ever. Because what happened was, so Darby's skateboarding to the ring. He doesn't even, gets in the ring, and then before the announcer can even say his name, before he even, like, gets his clothes off, fucking suicide dives out of the ring into Sammy. Fucking
Spanish God.
Yeah, just such a great spot. What did you think of that opening, Cameron?
It was alright.
What? You didn't like that? I fucking loved it. So then they're just having these crazy spots on the outside. Sammy breaks out this beautiful 630 where he spins, 630, but then does a barrel roll mid thing. It doesn't look real. Like, it actually does not look real. It looks fake, but
that part was sick as fuck.
So fucking cool. I love Sammy. He's doing the whole little, like, I'm crazy thing right before this match. So why it was only 5 minutes is, I think it was probably like 15 total, would you say? Just 10 minutes happened before the bell started.
Yeah, the full-on match essentially was out before the bell even rang.
So that's why it's only 5 minutes. But such a good. I mean, this match both made them look like stars in my opinion. If AEW had a mid-card title or especially a junior weight title, yeah, this would be for them. Darby is so over. Darby is
all the emo kids.
Yeah, but in general, Darby is
good.
over.
That's really good.
And just, I don't know. I thought this was a great match. This is one of my favorite matches on the card. What do you say, Cameron?
Let me look at the card real quick. Yeah, it was probably, besides 3 other matches,
but
that was my 4th favorite.
Well, so like, what's your overall opinion on it though? Good, great.
I think it was good.
I think it was an easy 4-star.
Great.
I think it was an easy 3.5, 4-star for me. I loved it. I just love both of these little guys so much. You wouldn't even believe it, brother. Next match, however, match of the night, match of the year.
Match of the year.
Talk for not watching it yet.
Oh my god, this tag match, Paige and Omega versus the Bucks. This one I've been super invested in this whole time, this last couple weeks on Dynamite when Omega finally won the title, because I was just excited. It's just great storyline getting into it. The video package before,
yes,
fucking amazing video package. This match, like, and it's crazy. This is a tag team match, and it feels like a main event. Like, it has a big match feel going on. You have this amazing video package. They're coming to the ring and shit. Like, they're getting announced in the ring. It feels like a main event. And I loved the opening. Paige is so over. Adam Page.
The best thing about AEW.
He is so over. And I remember because I at first when like Paige was getting pushed to be like the first challenger for Jericho, I didn't buy into it. Yeah, we knew, but I didn't buy into it. And then his match at what was it? Fight for the Fallen against Kip Sabian. That kind of made me like look at Paige like, okay, maybe Paige can be a main eventer. And I don't know, man. Like, I think the AEW has done him, like, his friends have done him so solid because they're not really pushing themselves, but they're pushing Paige. Like, in New Japan, I've known about Paige for a while, because he was in Ring of Honor too, wasn't he, Cameron? Didn't you watch him in that?
Yeah. The Young Bucks called him a Ring of Honor jobber.
Yeah, dude, he was a Ring of Honor jobber. He was a jobber in New Japan, kind of. He was with the Bullet Club, but he was always the one to eat pins with them and shit. He was still good, and he still had his moments in New Japan, but they've made him, like, a future world champion. Like, he's going to be a world champ. There's no doubt about it. He, super talented, super over. This match, hard hitting from the start. Nick Jackson has this hot tag in where he finally gets in the ring after his brother Matt's been beaten down and shit. The whole gimmick is Nick and Matt are trying to get Paige mad, so Paige loses his coal, but it ends up, like, getting reversed. Honestly though, I will say this feud and this match, I love it, but it kind of reminds me, I don't know if you guys seen this, it's kind of just a retelling of what they did, I think, 1 or 2 years ago with
Cody.
With Coda. No, not Cody, but Coda.
I remember the Cody stuff.
You kind of like that, but I'd say it's more so like Coda, where, like, Kenny is torn in between the Elite and his other friend, and there's a lot of similarities between that match, but eventually that was a great story to pay off because eventually they all, Coda, Kenny, and the Bucks all became the Golden Elite, and that was a fucking great stable. Just this match, though, man, they did so great, and, like, this match started where Paige was, I would say, the most over out of all of them, yes, but the Bucks were still baby faces. Everyone loved everyone, and just the Bucks mid-match got heel heat super good. Like, they became heels mid-match, and I don't think in a way that's going to damage them and make them heels carrying on. They're going to still be faces, but they got heel heat mid-match. Like, the ring psychology between them and the story between them of, like, Nick and Matt get, like, hell-bent on hurting them, and then they're kind of, like, pulling back, like, wait, these are our friends, we can't hurt them. Kenny being torn in between it, Adam, like, really just, I thought the whole match was great. Like, it was great, like, the whole spot where they're kind of hesitant to put Paige out on the ramp, and then they do it, and then they come back and they're starting to hurt. I think it was Nick. I think Nick was the voice of reason. So Matt was hurting Omega, like, really hurting him, doing heelish shit, and Nick came in the ring and was like, "Hey, this is our friend. Stop it. We need," like, he kind of, like, became the voice of reason, and then it became a little bit cleaner. Still great. There's a great story thing where Kenny's shoulder was injured from Matt working on it, so he couldn't do the one-winged angel. So Paige did the one-winged angel for him. Got a huge pop. I loved that. And then eventually, I can't remember what brother took the pin, but he kicked out the angel. He picked him up, did the buckshot lariat. It was over. And Adam Page and Kenny Omega are still tag team champions. After the match, they all reconciled, except for Page, but Kenny and the Bucks were reconciling, and there's, like, a split moment where Page looked like he was going to turn on Omega, but he shook his head no, and then helped him through the ropes and hugged him and said, like, we're still good, like, good job. So Page and Omega are still good for now. The Bucks and Omega are still good. It's just Page and the Bucks. This is the storyline's still going on. I think the best storyline in wrestling right now is this one.
Well, there's two things that you didn't notice. So also there's the whole
beer drinking
where Adam Page also, where Adam Page teased doing the buckshot to Kenny, and then the part that made me work out the most, which is a big fucking teaser, was when Adam Page did Marty Scurll's whole fucking thing where he, like, did the spin and kicked and then put him in the fucking chicken wing. So that kind of teases Adam Page versus Marty down the line. If you really think about it.
Kind of, but Adam's done, because
I've never seen him do the spin, kick, and then do the chicken wing.
Yeah, that's true, because Adam and Marty did tag quite a bit, being kind of like the Bullet Club's lower guys, and he's done the chicken wing, but he hasn't done that far. I hope Marty comes to AEW.
Well, like I said, he's full control of Ring of Honor. I just say make Ring of Honor be AEW's developmental brand at this point. Or, like, turn to a second show where some shit like that...
do something to save it. But anyways, this match, I cannot say enough about it. It had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. It made me feel like a little mark. I loved this match.
It made me feel like such a filthy mark.
Just a filthy little mark. I was buying into every second. I thought... Okay, not only would I say match of the year, which is not a lot of pull from, I think match of the last couple years, easy contender. I would say best tag team match of all time.
Stop it.
No, I can't think of a better tag team match.
Stop it. Wait, what did you count the TLC matches?
I think DIY versus Revival at Toronto's.
Ooh.
No, that's for Marks. Shut up. That's for stinky NXT Smarks.
You're a mark. What do you mean? You're Kenny Omega mark.
I'm a Young Bucks mark too. I just love everyone involved in this match. I just think I wouldn't say okay. So maybe not definitive best tag team match, but one of the best tag team matches of all time. You could make that argument. Would you agree with that, Cameron?
I mean, you can try to make the argument.
I'm saying like top 10.
I mean, from what I can recall, yeah. Like I said, I don't remember much wrestling. You're just gonna say
smelly DIY shit because you're fucking DIY mark.
No, because the DIY versus Revival match at Toronto was like the only DIY tag match.
That's the 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah, the 2 out of 3 falls one.
I'm a mark too, so I really liked the Golden Lovers versus the Elite the Young Bucks, which I talked about a little bit earlier in San Francisco. I thought that was a great match. So excellent match. How do you follow up with a match that good? That should have been the main event. How do you follow up with that? You send out Chris Statlander.
Went to the bathroom for 20 minutes.
You stand out Chris Statlander and Nyla Rose. My first... So these are my notes for this match. This is how uninvested I was. Chris Statlander is fucking thick as fuck. Great gimmick.
Weird face, though.
Reminds me of the alien boy from Part 4 JoJo. Which I know you don't watch JoJo, but that's what she reminds me of.
This alien gimmick,
I need to look to see you're telling the truth.
I haven't seen enough of it to
have you seen enough of Chris Statlander to make that comparison between what's the aliens from JoJo's name?
I don't know, but
you know what I'm talking about.
She reminds me of him.
Cause like the whole thing is like, she believes she's an alien, but is she actually an alien? I like how the commentators play how Excalibur says
Excalibur's a fucking mark.
It's great though. It's great with this gimmick where he just fully buys in the kayfabe of she's an alien. No, he's not. Oh no, Excalibur is great.
He's a mark.
I love Excalibur.
Yeah, I look up Chris Statlander. I just see a picture of her sucking on a wrestler's finger, but go on.
But okay, what do you think? Would you say that Excalibur's a shitty commentator, Cameron?
No.
He's not shitty. He's just a mark.
I've loved him since PWG. I have always thought he's a great commentator.
Garbage? No,
whoa, hold up, you e-drone.
No, I'm kidding. It's probably garbage now.
I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched PWG forever.
I wish I knew about indie wrestling.
During the hype, PWG was so good. It was Kino. Anyways, though, so she kind of reminds me... I like that whole gimmick of, like, some people buy into it and be like, no, she's an alien. Like, I'm talking kayfabe. Of course she's not an alien, but, like... And then other people are like, no, she's not an alien. She's just a stupid girl. I think that's pretty funny. As much as I hate Nyla Wolf, and I'll get into that, I loved her entrance. Nyla Wolf.
Nyla Rose.
No, Nyla Rose. Yeah, fuck me, Nyla Rose.
What's Nyla Wolf?
I don't know. I fucked up on my note, I guess. Anyways, as much as I hate Nyla Rose, I loved her entrance. I liked the Deathstroke mask. That was really cool.
I'm gonna have to check that out when I watch Revolution.
No, her entrance was super cool actually. Her entrance was like a star entrance. It was really good.
She needs someone to cut her promos for her.
Yeah, she really does. I will say this, even though I was not expecting a lot from this match, because I heard that this was the shittiest match by far on the card, which it is.
Oh, yeah.
But I heard it was super shit. I heard it was a fucking terrible match. I was not expecting anything. The entrance and the ring announcement and the atmosphere kind of made it feel like a big match fill. I think AEW does like pretty good at that, like making their pay-per-view matches.
Like, especially on I used to watch I watched the first 5 Dark, and that Kenny Omega just a really good
entrance.
Big fight feel.
Yeah, like they do
the dark out, whatever, black out.
Yeah, they just have like that. They just do really good at making matches on their pay-per-views, no matter what they are.
They also have fucking Justin Roberts.
Yeah, he's base.
Except he sucks
base.
when he says.
When he says what?
When he says John Moxley.
Oh, John Moxley!
I just can't scream because my parents are asleep.
Base.
Oh, and then I don't like when he says best friends. I hate that.
I love the best friends though.
No, I like the best friends.
No, I love them the way he's.
Yeah,
I love when he says best friends.
I love
best friends. He just stretches out, but it's just me being nitpicky. But yeah, AEW is great. Probably gonna catch up.
Yeah, so like, what would you say? Would you say AEW does good at making matches have that big fight feel, Cameron, even when they shouldn't?
Especially Cody versus MJF, which is the next match after this shit.
Yeah, we'll get to that, but like, I don't know. It's crazy that they actually made Chris Statlander and Nyla Rose have a big match feel.
Especially at that. What was the AEW from like 2 weeks ago where they were at that like casino thingy? I don't know.
Oh,
Thing. They were
cruise ship, the Jericho cruise.
I didn't see that one. They were in like I don't remember, but it was just a cool arena, and I thought that made it like.
They do have really cool arenas.
Might have been in Florida. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, it was the one right before the Jericho cruise. Yeah.
Oh, that long ago?
Or maybe
like 4 weeks ago. Maybe the one after. Remember, but I just remember the EW show.
Could be.
I didn't watch Cody get whipped, and I didn't watch.
Yeah, so no, this was a while ago. Then this was quite a bit ago. Anyways, though, so having expect this match to be shit, it surprised me. There was like shit wrong with it. Yeah, like it had a really weird pace of the match. Like this match was only 12 minutes, and about 4 minutes in it, like they were like wrestling like they've been going for 30 minutes. Like they were both winded and like fucking barely rest. It was just a weird pace match. I thought though, so Rose reminds me, no, this is not, full disclaimer, not transphobic reason. I don't have an issue with a transgender wrestler being in women's wrestling, because in the end of the day, this is fucking play fighting. This is not real. You have a women's world champion in Impact who's believable. It doesn't matter what gender she is. She's not actually fucking hurting these women, and I hate seeing boomers and shit talk shit about that. What they should be talking shit about is she's like over pushed. She's like really pushed down our throats. And she's like a shit in ring. She's super shit in ring and awkward. And she really reminds me of like Roman Reigns. She reminds me of Roman Reigns when Roman was like being over pushed. Like,
she's not rough. She's just green. She needs more
time. She's only been wrestling for I think like 2 years or some shit. She's super green.
And she doesn't even wrestle on AEW.
Yeah.
Help put her on Dark. I don't.
Just give her dark matches. I don't know, man.
I thought watch Dark, right? I don't know.
But I'm just saying, like, just like put on like legitimate untelevised dark matches. Like just.
Yeah, I don't think AEW has that because like. You see it on TV or YouTube.
Yeah.
Like literally just everything.
Give her more ring time. I thought Statlander looked actually really good that match. She carried the match. Statlander is talented. I actually really like Statlander.
She came in kind of randomly. She was like on Dark, and then she got like assigned Just like, I don't know. I don't know if she was an indie star.
No, she's pretty new. She's only been wrestling for 3 years. She's very new. She's like an AEW star through and through. She hasn't been on anything else.
I hope she squashes Big Swole.
Yeah, they need to push her. They need to push her really because she's, for only wrestling 3 years, she's super talented.
Who else is more over on the roster? Britt Baker, which everybody's turning on her.
Yeah, she's doing good as a heel though, but I don't know. The the ending spot was super awkward. It was
Fuck Nyla Rose. She's not a good wrestler.
Yeah, just the whole like weird shit from the top rope. It was fucking awkward. It wasn't as bad as the match that I thought it'd be, but it's really not great. I would recommend watching it if you have time. It's not as bad as everyone says. Like a solid 2.5, 3-star match. Not shit, not bad, not good. It's a match. Next match is Cody versus MJF.
Story-driven match.
Yeah, great. The video package of this match was great. Great video package. Really recapped the feud. Really just sets the tone. I thought the video package was amazing. Cody's entrance was super cool. I really liked it. But
his neck tattoo.
oh god. I will say though, his entrance looked really awkward because he was not getting cheered at all, which was really weird. Like,
he's like the most over.
Yeah, and his entrance had zero pop. It was super weird. So this entrance, what would have looked cool if everyone was cheering, didn't get a pop. People didn't start chanting until it was over. Once he was in the ring, then people were going crazy chanting, Cody! And it's like, why didn't you fucking cheer for the entrance, you fucking smarks? You made his entrance look shit. MJF, dude. Fucking great heel. He has...
theme song in AEW, it's so bad. MJF with his theme song makes him seem like a shitter.
Yeah, I feel... He does have a shitter jobber theme song. But what would you say about his heel heat? Like, he's such a good heel, man. What do you think about MJF, Cameron?
He's a better version of Alberto Del Rio.
I kind of see that.
Looks like him.
I kind of see that with the scarf. I like how, did you see that Cody Rhodes already had a fucking scarf like covering his tattoo? Speaking of the tattoo, there's this fucking hilarious comment. JR was just on the dot with commentary this night. I loved him. He's having fun with AEW. You can tell.
There's one point though where they showed him. He looked fucking zooted. Like he looked like he's about to pass out on their ass.
He has Bell's palsy, you asshole. It's a medical condition.
It doesn't matter. I seen him look awake. Like he just
Cameron, his face literally has muscles from strokes.
Stop.
No, I'm saying, like, he always looks like that because he had a stroke, you asshole.
No, I'm just saying.
Anyways, Excalibur's going on his usual Mark shit, right? He's like, just think about what Brandy Rose has had to be through with all this preparation going through Cody, and JR says, and tattoos. Oh my, I laughed so fucking hard, dude. That was the best piece of commentary in wrestling I've ever heard.
People say JR sucks now.
Dude, no, they're fucking stupid. Because Excalibur was so serious. He's like, in his commentator voice, he's like, just think of all Brandy Rhodes has had to go through living with Cody. All this mental preparation. It must have been taxing with all the preparation, the stress. JR just casually says, and tattoos. Fucking love JR. The match itself, though, had a very slow start. MJF, like we were talking about earlier, was doing the chicken shit, fucking out of the ring, I'm not gonna fight bullshit for way too long. I hated the start of this. Eventually it picked up, and it picked up pretty decently. And do you guys, because both of you watched this match, right?
No.
You didn't watch it? You need to. Cameron, you watched it.
I only got to watch the first third, and then this stream wasn't working anymore, so I didn't get to watch.
That's a shame. But so there's a spot then in the beginning, you may have seen it, where Cody gets MJF on the ropes, because you know how the entrance was like, it was like the entrance style where like the ramp goes to the ring level, like there's no like ramp, like the like,
Yeah.
okay, so he has MJF on the ropes on the outside, so he's like on the ramp entrance. He fucking just casually walks back to the backstage behind the curtain and then runs out and gives him a clothesline. Would be a really cool spot, but Cody runs like a little bitch. Like, that was the fucking weakest, soy boyiest run I have ever seen. It was embarrassing. Like, my first notes for this are, slow start, Cody runs like a bitch. He runs like a little bitch. It is embarrassing.
Well, look, Arn Anderson taught him to do that, apparently.
Yeah,
So
Arn called the audible.
He has to run as fast as he can. Yeah.
So Arn taught him to run like a little bitch? Fucking Christ. The state of his run, dude. There's a really cool spot, though. MJF had him in a submission, and, like, Cody was all tied up. His legs, he couldn't move his legs, he couldn't move his arms, and he got to the ropes by biting it. And I just really thought that was actually, like, a really cool spot. I don't think I've ever seen someone get a rope break by biting it. And, like...
Yeah, that's unique. Yeah.
Because, like, there's, like, a couple great rope break spots, mainly, like, the finger spot with KO and Jericho at Mania.
I remember that. That's
such a great spot. No, I've never seen this. He couldn't get to anything. It was such a good spot, actually. He was in this, couldn't get anywhere. He reached his head and bit the rope with his teeth, and rope break. Super cool spot, super unique. Immediately after is my least favorite spot of AEW. Not the kissing. MJF took off Cody's boot really awkwardly too. It took forever. MJF looked like a little bitch because he used this little fucking soy who couldn't get off a wrestling boot. He looked super weak doing it. It took him like 2 minutes. So he got off his boot, and storyline, Cody has a broken toe right now, right? That's all taped up. MJF took off his boot and bit his fucking toe. He sat there biting his toe until the 5-second count and broke it up. So for 4 solid seconds, you have MJF gnawing at Cody's toe. It was fucking disgusting, dude. It was gross.
MJF is a Dan Snyder mark.
I guess. It was. What was your opinion on that spot?
I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. But I like the crowd chanting, "You sick fuck."
I love that chant. I love that. That chant doesn't get broken out often, but I love it. So, I don't know. I just found it funny that one of the best biting spots I've ever seen with Cody biting the rope turned into one of the worst biting spots I've seen. So, like, kayfabe, like I said, he was biting Cody's broken toe. And later in the match, MJF got cut up, and holy shit, what a blade job, dude. It was off camera, so it was really well done, because Wardlow was distracting Cody, so you couldn't see it, Wardlow. And, MJF, like, emerges so fucking bloody. Like, a disgusting blade job. There's a funny ref spot where, like, MJF put his foot on the ropes and then Wardlow held it down, but the ref caught it, and the ref, like, he like did like a shrug, like a come on, like I'm not gonna count this pin, and like waved no to Wardlow, and then picked up MJF's feet and just threw him off the pin. And I don't know, I just thought it was a pretty funny ref spot. It was just kind of funny to me. I felt like a mark or something. That's something Vince would find funny, but shit was pretty funny. There's a spot too where Cody got his belt taken off by MJF, and MJF was gonna hit Cody with the belt, but then Cody like fucking took the belt back and then hit MJF, and that wasn't a disqualification. Why wasn't that a disqualification? Like, kayfabe reason why was him, because I'm talking about Cody's weight belt. Why was Cody whipping MJF with the belt, not a DQ? That's a foreign object.
Well, because I said Cody said stuff to the ref saying, it's MJF though, and the ref's like, okay.
But yeah, so that's the thing that's even worse about it. So not only did he hit him once without getting DQ'd, he took the belt back from the referee and hit him again without getting fucking DQ'd.
Yeah, he did that in a match against Sean Spears too, and I thought that was kind of silly.
It is silly, a bit silly of a spot. Don't like it. The finish.
But he's their boss. You think they're gonna?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
can
fair.
you say no?
That's fair. The finish though was shit. Cody looked really strong, but then MJF got his pinky ring from Wardlow and punched him and put it in his tights, and Cody was just out 1, 2, 3. So Cody lost because he got hit with a ring. Super shit.
A fucking
finish.
pinky ring.
Yeah, super shit finish. Overall, the in-ring work was average, but the storytelling was great. I would say good match. Like I said, storytelling great. In-ring work, it carried it. I think this match would have done better again if it didn't still have to follow the tag match. Because even though it's a match removed, that tag match is still fresh. And just I don't know how you can follow up that tag match until
Saved it for Dynamite.
Until Orange Cassidy versus Pac,
whatever.
I loved this match. I fucking loved this match, dude.
Watch it.
Orange Cassidy had a hilarious entrance. Just everything about him is just so funny. There's another.
I don't think it'll ever get old. It's like a perfect gimmick.
It really is, and there's a spot where Excalibur fucked up on a pronunciation, so JR goes off on a tangent. He's all like, not on Excalibur. He's all like saying shit like, "Oh, Excalibur, they're gonna be on Twitter at you now. You're gonna be trending. They're gonna say, oh, Excalibur doesn't love the business, just like old JR doesn't love the business because he mispronounced a name." These little 14-year-old smarks sitting on Twitter get alone time in mommy's basement. They know me. They know I hate the business. He was just sitting there burying smarks, and it was fucking hilarious, dude.
I gotta hear that.
Oh, dude, you do. JR, like I said, on point with commentary. Between the tattoo comment and the burying the smarks comment, just fucking... My note literally says, JR burying smarks, all caps, based. And then to start, this match is funny. Comedy wrestling is a thing that's either done right and super funny, done wrong, very cringe. This is comedy wrestling done right. There is a spot where Orange Cassidy, you know how he does his lazy shin kicks, like where he just taps their shin.
Yep, that's the best thing.
He was doing that, and then fucking Pac went along with it. So he was trading his own lazy kicks. So they were sitting there having like a trading blow contest of just lazy kicks, dude. And the crowd they were breaking out all the Smark chants, but like ironically, like they were like MJF, like they were like fucking, they were doing the ooh, ha, like chant between the trading blows of just these like lazy.
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious, dude. And like they were chanting like "This is awesome" and the "Holy shit" for like just the smallest shit. It was just fucking this was a case of the crowd like actually adding to the match just because it's comedy.
That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking funny. Eventually, Pac got bored of the kick trades and just pushed him down and started beating the shit out of him. So this comedy match started off as a comedy match, squash match now. Pac is beating the shit out of Orange Cassidy. Just beating him, just wailing on him. But Orange Cassidy, it's fucking great. Orange Cassidy is like smiling at him. He's still fighting. He's still like he's still standing up. Like it shows Orange Cassidy has amazing fighting spirit. And Pac is just so great at working the crowd this match. And then Cassidy actually has a comeback where he starts breaking out amazing moves. Like, Orange Cassidy is actually great in the ring. Like, that surprised me, because, like, I've tried to look at Orange Cassidy actually try to wrestle, and all of his matches I could find were him doing his gimmick shit where he doesn't try. And this, he fucking broke out some, he has beautiful swinging DDTs. He broke out some pretty clean top rope moves, some Hurricane Ranas. Like, he was good. And eventually, though, Pac got him in his submission hold. He tapped out. I thought this match was my second favorite match on the card.
Same.
This was my...
Something that amazed me was he did a better Superman punch than Roman Reigns.
No!
Yeah,
Yes!
about that.
Yes, dude! I fucking marked when I saw that, because it was such a clean Superman punch. Like, it was fucking crazy. I don't... Yeah, no, what'd you think of this match? So, second favorite match of the card?
Yes.
Would you say that his moveset amazing, actually? Like, he's good in the ring?
Well, yes, but I already seen some matches where he
I
does
hadn't.
high, fast-paced shit. Like,
I hadn't. This was my first, and this was amazing to see. I hope Orange Cassidy continues with some matches he just does his comedy shit, and then some matches he breaks shit out like this. He is good.
I'm gonna do a cringy comparison thing, but in a different sense. Okay, so I feel like what they're gonna end up doing with Orange Cassidy
Is the Fiend.
is no, they're gonna make him be like the, I hate saying this, but he's gonna be like the Eugene of AEW, except for his gimmick is a lot better.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
He's gonna end up stealing everyone's finishers. Watch, he's gonna start stealing everyone's finishers.
Man, I hate you. Go to bed. Fuck you. Oh, and I will just say, though, this match was given to Death Spot, the match before the main event, and it kind of stole the show almost. Like, I thought I don't know.
Yeah, that should have been the opener.
It was too good to be the opener. It was too good. It needed
Isn't
to be
the opener
Hammercard.
supposed to be a good match too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best matches to have are, in theory, the opener, the like midway point, and then the main event.
I don't think the main event is always the last match.
Yeah, that's fair, but in theory, the main event is like the best place on the card as a worker. So, next though is the real main event. I just, like we were talking about previously, big fight Phil, dude. Jericho's entrance with the choir, so Kino.
I saw that today.
So Kino, dude. That was one of the coolest entrances, and Jericho came out and said this was his favorite entrance he's ever had in his career. I would say this is one of the coolest entrances I've seen in a while.
Especially for a heel.
Yeah.
That's like more of like a, I don't know.
That's I would say that's kind of like a face entrance, but regardless though, amazing entrance, has this big fight feel. Moxley's entrance is pretty cool because not only does he come from the crowd, he actually came from the fucking streets of Chicago. Like, they film him, like, walking in the streets into the arena through the crowd. Thought that was pretty cool. Like, I don't know. They made his entrance as big as it could be. So, just main event Phil going in. I think Jericho was an excellent first choice for the first world champ. He's made this title feel prestigious. He's done great with it. Good spots to open the match. These men were so great in ring, and they both worked super well with each other. Just super fluid. They just flowed nice. The match was just clean, solid wrestling. There's like a spot where Jericho fucked up on a springboard, kind of botched it, but they're smooth enough where like they don't try to repeat it. They don't try to like bring attention. They just go instantly to the next spot. And it makes it look like not like you notice, of course, oh, they fucked up, but like it doesn't make you like think like, oh, what a fucking botch, you know? They just work well with each other. They just go to the next spot. It's so good. And like I was talking about earlier, the Walls of Jericho doesn't look as good. It looks like a Boston Crab, but they both sell it really good. One thing I will say that didn't make sense. So Jericho was trying to get DQ'd this match. He was doing a couple things where he'd get DQ'd this match. so he could retain, right? But the ref wasn't having it. Like, they were, like, letting Jericho get away with shit just so he couldn't get DQ'd. It was kind of cool. But, so he has the Inner Circle run in, and they, the ref, what's her name? Audrey Edwards?
I'm pretty sure.
Anyways, she does like the classic whole, she ejects the Inner Circle, but she's having the fucking big like arm roll up with the body spin, and you're out of here shit. It was great, but then they were arguing, and it just didn't make sense, because like, so the Inner Circle is arguing, they don't want to be DQ'd and shit, but if Jericho wanted to be DQ'd, then wouldn't they just not like get ejected? Wouldn't they just not go to the back? Wouldn't they just stay? Because if they stayed, then he'd be DQ'd. So that just didn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know. But Sammy comes in when they're getting distracted because it's Hager, Ortiz,
and does the title shot.
Does a title shot. So Moxley's busted open, but what does he do? He reveals his eye patch. Bit silly though, because this is near the end of the match, and at this point, him being able to see for the final 2 minutes does absolutely nothing. I get that they had to do it so he could drop the eye patch gimmick, but why did they do it at this point in the match? Like, how did you feel about that?
I wasn't in 2 minutes. It was
like a
I like the angle where he was like blinded, right?
Yeah,
blinded, quote unquote. That was fucking cool. And then like in the last 10 seconds of the match is when he revealed
he was not blinded. So he takes off the eye patch. His eye was healthy. Just I don't get why he revealed it when he did. He should have done it when he was blinded. So he's like, no, I'm not really blinded, bitch. Great finish though. He hits the what do they call it in AEW? Because I know they call it the Death Rider in New Japan. His double hook jumping DDT, his dirty deeds. But he hits that, gets the win. Feels great. Honestly, I love this win. Moxley is a great choice for a second champion. He's a big name. He's already known, already a draw. He's over with casuals. He's over with the AEW audience. It's a solid match. It felt like a main event, but in my opinion, it just couldn't compete with the tag match. And I think that was just a mistake having the tag match on the card, because it fucking stole the show. No match was gonna follow it, in my opinion. But what do you say about that?
I think it was a good match. I don't think it was great, but I want to talk about two spots. I liked when Chris Jericho, when they're fighting out in the crowd and shit, right? And he put that one dude's like sign or whatever around his neck and was wrestling with it on. I fucking love that spot.
I did too. I love Jericho's spot he's been doing since New Japan when he left WWE, where he takes the camera from the camera guy and flips off the other guy.
Yeah, I love that.
That shit's funny.
And then you didn't bring up probably one of my top 3 favorite spots of the whole show. Fucking Chris Jericho power bombing Jon Moxley onto the table with the ring bell on it.
Oh, that shit was
fucking
vicious. Rough. That was fucking rough, dude. That was a great spot.
And I assume he bladed, or did he really get busted open?
I don't know. I don't even remember when he got busted open, because I think I said it at the title. But
he got power bombed, and then he started bleeding 5 or 10 seconds later.
I don't know. I probably bladed. But that doesn't make sense, because like, how could a back bump make you bleed from the head? I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean? His head landed right on the bell.
Yeah, but the back of his head.
Oh, yeah, I see.
I'm saying, like, how could taking a back bump make your front bleed? I don't know. Overall, though, I honestly think, God, I'm a mark for saying this. I think this was probably, we'll go. So, recap. So now it's time. In your guys' opinion, best pay-per-view we talked about.
Takeover.
What's yours, Cameron?
I want to say Takeover, but I honestly would probably think the best pay per view is probably Wrestle Kingdom. I just haven't watched it yet, so I can't say anything. But I'm just gonna assume that was the best one.
I see. It's hard for me. For me, it's between Revolution and Wrestle Kingdom. I think it has to be Wrestle Kingdom just because it has the bigger card. It has just more matches on it that have the potential to be good. Because Takeover is such a small card. It's six matches compared to 16 just by pure numbers. Wrestle Kingdom's bound to have better matches because they have better opportunities. And Takeover has 4 good matches. Wrestle Kingdom probably has 8. So, yeah. I really liked Revolution, though. I really enjoyed it. I just don't think, again, with Takeover, not enough matches to compete with Wrestle Kingdom. This time there was, I think, 6 matches on the main card, so it was, again, same deal. Hager versus Rhodes was alright. Darby and Sammy, great. Omega and Adam versus the Bucks, fucking phenomenal. Then Rose versus Statlander was lackluster. MJF and Cody was solid. Pac, Orange Cassidy, good match, funny match. Can't really, not in the same conversation as the Wrestle Kingdom and the Takeover matches. Moxley versus Jericho was good, but this wasn't even Jericho's best match that we reviewed, nor was it Moxley's best match. So I think it has to be Wrestle Kingdom for me. Is the best pay-per-view. What would you say is your guys' favorite brand? Who do you think did the best?
Ooh, that's kind of hard to say.
And we'll talk. You can also, furthermore, so obviously talking about New Japan, AEW, we'll count NXT, Raw, and SmackDown separate. Or we'll count main roster and NXT separate. So NXT, main roster, New Japan, AEW.
Oh.
W. Got me interested the most.
What'd you say?
AEW. Most interesting storylines.
Yeah. What do you say, Cameron?
You know what I'm gonna say, and I have one reason why. So, as be NXT, and here's why. I think the wrestling's on par, though probably AEW has a little bit better wrestling.
Yeah.
But NXT does not have. You'll argue against me. AEW doesn't have the cringy promos. It's like AEW, and it doesn't have a shitter women's division.
Yeah, some of the promos on AEW are hit or miss. I could see NXT. I don't watch enough NXT. I don't watch any NXT, so I can't really say for NXT. I did watch Takeover. NXT can't interest me, and it's not that it's bad. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not the kind of wrestling I like. I try to watch it. It doesn't really interest me. New Japan did really good with Wrestle Kingdom, and the follow-up, New Beginning in Osaka, super good. I just think, though, that AEW Revolution was a success for AEW. I think that the storylines they have been building for the last few months have had great payoffs with this. I would say AEW definitely wins the brand war for this period, in my opinion. Alright, best...
I think you mean Ring of Honor.
Fuck you. Absolutely not. Best match. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, hands down, no debate. I think the best match we've reviewed was the
We all
tag
agreed
match.
Already, I think. Well, I don't know,
Jacob, what's
Chubby's,
yours?
Was a hard one.
I would say contender, though. I really did enjoy the Royal Rumble. Not better than the tag match, not better than the New Japan matches. But I agree with what you're saying earlier. Probably one of the better Rumbles we've had in a while. Just Edge returning, fucking surreal. Brock had a great segment, good ending. I really enjoyed the Royal Rumble 2020, but for me, just hands down, no competing with Omega and Page versus the Bucks.
Well, my top 3 matches of the year are all tag matches because obviously, so Kenny and Page versus Young Bucks is the match of the year, and then second, I think has to be probably Broserweights versus Undisputed Era, but then I think DIY versus Mustache Mountain is fucking wonderful also. I think this is just probably gonna arguably be the best year of tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
If you
No, I agree. I think AEW is kind of like, because how serious AEW is taking tag teams, I think it's going to push other promotions to take tag teams more serious.
Yeah, AEW probably has the best tag team.
Oh, hands down. Hands down. There's no competing. They have a
my only complaint about AEW's tag divisions how inflated or how much more pushing the heel tag teams get than the face ones.
Yeah, there's not a lot of face. The face tag teams are kind of jobbers. They just need to push best
Jurassic
friends.
Express, they don't feel like they'll win the titles.
Which is unfortunate because I love Jurassic.
Yeah,
well, two members of Jurassic Express.
Who don't you like? The little twink, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, the
Marco
little
Skunk.
twink.
Marco Twink. I love Jungle Boy and
Yeah, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus is
fucking. They've been so.
You already
great.
know.
They've been
Luchasaurus is like one of my top 5 boys in AEW. I love him.
They've been so great, dude. AEW's done really good at like having all these already established stars, but making stars out of other people. They're doing really good with that. And I will give props because everyone was saying the Elite was just going to be Hogan V2.
Yep, I remember that.
They said they're just going to push themselves. The only match the Elite won this pay-per-view was a match against the Elite. So, Cody lost his match. The Bucks didn't get their tag team yet. Like, I don't... Dustin, he's not part of the Elite, but, you know, he lost. I think they're doing a great job at pushing non-Elite guys. And I don't know. I think they're kind of proving everyone wrong who said that they would just be another Hogan ran WCW where they push themselves. So...
I mean, the only one I think kind of gets over pushed is Cody, I guess, because each time he has a match now, the feud has to be overcomplicated, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's never for anything. Like, Cody can't he did something pretty brave and straight up took away his ability to challenge for the world championship, kayfabe-wise. Like,
That's
really
not
early
gonna
on.
last.
It's gonna last for at least a while, because they're still talking about it. So, at least... they will eventually, of course, have a thing where Cody wins a match for his right to challenge again.
Something like that.
Further down the line. Yeah, like a battle royale. Like Cody is going to enter like their Royal Rumble version where if Cody wins, he can challenge.
Weird question.
What's that?
Is the gauntlet marked by WWE?
Say that again.
Yes, if the gauntlet match is trademarked by WWE.
Because
No.
I've never seen any other promotion do it.
Well, I mean, you look at matches that are trademarked and you could just take it and relabel it. For example,
It's always
War
gimmick
Games
match.
is trademarked by WWE, and they're having a War Games match.
For
true.
AEW. But it's just because match stipulations you can't trademark. You can trademark match names.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So they can't. They're not having War Games, but like, what the fuck is it called? Some shit.
No, it's
What?
right. It's called the War Games.
No, not AEW's. It's called.
Oh, they
something
have
else.
it too.
Yeah, they're having it too. They're having the 2 rings in 1 cage.
Oh, hey, I need to watch more.
Yeah. All right. So we got favorite. So favorite pay-per-view. Mine was Wrestle Kingdom. Yours was Takeover. What was yours, Cameron? You said
Super Showdown.
But yeah, you said even though you didn't watch it, you said Wrestle Kingdom sounds like the best.
If we go by favorite,
Or
it has to be Takeover, but I'm just gonna assume Wrestle Kingdom was the best.
Yeah, you need to go back and watch it. And then best match, Jacob, you said Royal Rumble, right? Then we were the tag match.
Yeah, I'd say Royal Rumble. Yeah.
And then NXT and AEW twice for best brand. So in this period, who is your guys's? We'll do top 3 wrestlers because I feel like it's gonna be hard to do best one.
Each promotion or top?
What do you think? Should we do best wrestler in each promotion or top 3 wrestlers overall?
I think we should do top 3 and like each promotion, and then do a top 5 overall.
That's too much to sit here and think in one thing.
Okay, well then we can just do top 5.
All right, top 5. Top 5. I think Tetsuya Naito is fucking killing it right now in New Japan. I'm so happy to see him finally get the championship. Number 2 for me has to be Omega. Omega is starting to shine again. He's starting to show the classic Omega. I really like Adam Page too, so I gotta just throw them on there. So that's 3, 4. Ibushi. I really like Ibushi, and 5. It's hard. Okada's always good. I love Jay White. I have to go with Moxley though. Because he's so good in 2 different promotions, and he went from being a wrestler I absolutely hated and despised and wanted to watch nothing of his to just being one of my favorites. So that's my 5 is Naito, Omega, Page, Ibushi, Moxley.
It's gonna be a hard WWE and AEW. Number 1 is Edge because he's not really full time. So
that's a fair though. His return's been great. So that's a fair.
Full no order. I have to say Finn Balor's been awesome. I love this heel shit. Would be Jericho because he's just the GOAT, and especially 2.
You're kind of cutting out. So far we have Finn Balor and Jericho the GOAT.
Yeah, Finn Balor, Jericho. Who would 3 be? I forget because WWE is like kind of the Fiend. The Fiend / Bray Wyatt. I like Firefly
Based.
But 4, I with Moxley. I've liked this build up to Inner Circle not joining him to the eye patch to, and then the last but not least, this might be a little oddball choice, but I'm gonna go Aleister Black.
Yeah, that's fair. Super great worker.
Getting probably for the better.
Yeah. All right, Cameron, your top 5.
No, this could be an any brand, like any.
Yes, top 5 overall through anybody.
Okay, hold on. Let me think about this.
Motherfucker, you weren't thinking when we were talking.
No, I was. Okay, I got my top 5. 5, Suzuki. Okay, you know who I'm talking about?
Murder Grandpa.
Yes.
Based.
Okay, 4. Rush.
Okay.
Or Roosh.
That's a good pick.
Based.
Okay, 3 is Brian Cage.
Based.
Really?
2 is Kenny Omega. And 1 is, of course, Tommaso Ciampa, but that's my top 5.
That's super fair. I would just like to point out that this motherfucker picked 2 people we didn't talk about, but they were based enough. I'll let it slide. Brian Cage, fucking animal. You know I love Brian Cage too, and I love Rush. So, all right.
Well, do you want me to do top 5 of just the brands we talked about?
No,
because I can do that also. Oh, I already have my answers for that.
Go for it then.
Okay, so my top 5 in general would be Adam Page, Pentagon Jr., Suzuki, Kenny Omega, Tommaso Ciampa.
based, I can fuck with that. I love Pinto, but he's kind of been on the back burner of the Lucha Bros. Lately.
Yeah, I feel like that the last couple, like when he first came to AEW, they were like on every week.
They're starting to.
He needs to do solo shit. Stop having him do tag team stuff for a little bit.
No, because they need to build them both up. But they're kind of doing that with Pac now because they're teaming with Pac. But anyways,
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So this has been the first episode of War is Rasslin. We will see you again probably either sometime in March or sometime in Mania. We'll decide. But it's been real. Stay safe. Take it easy. If it's easy, take it twice.